that loud yet.
No, we're good. I'm vibing.
All right, let me get old Sammy Miami the link because he always loves to see the open.
Oh.
I saw he commented on stuff last time.
Oh, really? I missed it. I also saw that
the chat stream.
I saw that you opened a couple of them to no longer be unlisted. Is that right? Or did
all
I
of them?
mistake
Yep,
it?
they're all public now.
Hey guys, our uprise to stardom has begun.
Our fame starts now.
Logic to that. Here, here.
All right.
That was so good. I might have to get up and get more.
This will be a fun night.
You may want to wait and see what the outcome of the evening
Chug
turns
this.
first.
Yeah.
Nyari instantly dies. Well, time to hit something harder than wine. No, but Justin, you Gouda?
Yeah, sorry, disciplined children. I wasn't listening, but yeah, I'm Gouda.
Oh, okay, then I'm gonna.
Man, those darn children.
I'm gonna start the recap here. Let me get my volume up.
I am all ears. Let's get this going.
All right, here we go, folks. Welcome to session 10.
I get it. Yeah, it's 10.
Here we go.
Oh, you should have seen them, Yosef. Warriors in the truest sense. That's why you should never, ever cross swords with anyone from Urgo's axe.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind. On an unrelated matter, though, I'm curious. Why don't we stay very long at each inn we visit? Or anywhere, for that matter. I understand you love to travel, but it seems we barely stay anywhere more than a day.
It's a simple answer, and yet I hope it doesn't offend you. I'm sure you've noticed how incredibly striking I am.
I suppose that is a word one could use to describe you.
Well, needless to say, I get a lot of attention from women. And not just halflings, mind you. I've been approached by humans, half-elves, dwarves, even she-orcs. Don't get me wrong. I love the attention. I really do. But attracting suitors is much like storytelling. You always have to leave them wanting more.
Uh-huh. Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to rest up in this town for a couple days.
Oh, I guess I can endure the hardship for a few. It'll give me a chance to rehearse the stories of the survivors of Phaendar.
Yes, yes. What happened after they encountered the White? I could barely sleep in that creepy old cabin after you told me about it. Good thing I had my teddy bear.
Well then, let me tell you. Aiden, Orin, Nyari, and Theros escaped from the nearby White's cabin as they scrambled into the woods. While the party treks back to their camp, Theros' keen senses noticed something peculiar.
As you guys are returning back to the camp, you're noticing a very subtle shift in the wind. You're looking around, you're noticing that the animals are abnormally quiet. Seems like they have either left or burrowed into their dens or something. It's very quiet, and the wind is moving just very subtly wrong, and you get the idea that you think there's going to be a storm tomorrow.
Everyone, when we get back to camp, we should make sure our shelters are secured, and I think there's a storm coming.
Our heroes made it back safely and decided to settle in, with one of them always on watch during the night. Hours after darkness settled, an eerie presence found its way to the edge of the camp, chilling Orin to the bone.
So Orin, you're there, you're on watch, you have dark vision, you're keeping a pretty good eye on your surroundings. At the edge of the camp in the forest, before you even notice it, is a figure. You turn your head as the figure is fully exposed, and you see it's the White from the cabin. Eyes red, glowing in the darkness with the light of undeath. This White is carrying a longbow, and it's looking directly at you. And you see it, and it sees you, and there's eerie silence in the camp before it turns and walks deeper into the forest. Not saying anything, and you notice it doesn't make even the slightest of sound. You had no idea it had approached, and had you not seen it, you'd have no idea it left. It was eerily quiet and stealthy.
I tell Theros, horrified, white as a sheet, scared, nibbling with my fingers, like, saw it, the White, edge of the forest, just looked at me and walked away.
Are you certain?
Panicked.
It wasn't
Just
some nightmare? I wouldn't put it past us, given what we've gone
Damn
through.
it, man, I'm certain.
But I didn't see anything. Why would it come now?
I don't know. And
Do you think it's because we brought the lynx with us?
I think maybe we will have to hunt him instead. I wonder about that.
I saw what that did to you, and there's no way that I am seeking that creature out. No way. If it comes into this camp to hurt these people, then by all means I will defend this camp, but I am not going to seek out that thing for blood. I saw exactly what it did to you, and it scared me like nothing has ever scared me before.
I understand your fear, Nyari, but I am tired of running.
Or should one of us interject? They could argue like this for hours. Should one of us interject?
I think we should heal the cat.
That might not be a bad idea. But it
Let's
also
just do
might
it.
not be good.
Let's just do it. It'll be fine.
What is safe? But what we can create. I wonder if there's nowhere to run to. That's my only fear.
It very well could be the case, and if it were just me, then I would say by all means I would stamp out this threat. But if something happens to us, we are the only ones capable of defending these people. And if we die, they die.
The next morning, Nyari had an unexpected visitor.
Nyari, as you wake up, you look up as you kind of turn around, and standing, kind of perched at the peak of your tent, just above the entrance, is a very large owl. You look at it, and Auburn is getting out of her tent as you're looking at this owl, and you see that the owl is holding a pair of like leather bracers in its beak, and as it sees you, it just kind of cocks its head a little bit, and it just kind of blinks a little, and then it kind of like leans forward and like drops the bracers at your feet, and then it kind of like turns and it sees Auburn, and Auburn sees it, and then it kind of flutters away into the forest.
Meanwhile, Theros and Orin investigate their recently charmed feline friend, the lynx they fought at the White's cabin. Theros cast a spell to speak with the cat, hoping to learn some useful information.
Hello, my friend. I'm so sorry we hurt you the other day. What was going on? Are you all right?
It replies and says, "I was protecting my master."
Is there anything we can do to help you or him?
I do not know. I hunt for him. I bring him small animals to eat, but he does not eat them.
What am I hearing? Just meow 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 meow.
Basically, we're hearing a series of
Theros and the cat are just
Like-
meowing at each other.
purring or non-verbal movements.
Theros is purring.
I don't like what I'm witnessing. I don't think my god would like this. My god is
Witchcraft.
Well, Theros again will apologize for hurting him, and we were worried about him. Theros will turn aside to Orin and say, apparently this beast is the pet of that white. I don't think he understands that the white is undead now. He just continues to serve his master even unto death. I don't think it means us any harm on its own. It was just seeking to protect its master. I did remember to say this in common, not in cat.
I'm like, why are you purring at me? This is getting weird.
After letting the lynx go free, the group convened to discuss their next steps. With the storm looming nearby, they were left with little time and few choices. Our heroes agonized for hours over their decision, the lives of the entire camp resting in their hands. Finally, they decided to once again face the white of the hunter's cabin. The party snuck onto the fiend's property. After downing a potion of invisibility, Nyari crept inside the cabin, her foe unaware before her. However, as she moved to strike, the slight breath of her movement must have tipped off the creature. Her first attack missed, but the Blood Rager managed to successfully swipe at the white before tactically retreating outside. The white shrieked in anger and slammed the door closed. But Orin burst back in, making way for Aiden to fire a barbed arrow into the enemy. Then, Nyari charged in, unleashing all her fury into her foe for the finishing blow.
So it's as she's running in and turns the corner, she makes eye contact with the red eyes, and in that moment, instead of feeling fear, she feels the rage just bubble up, and she sees, it's almost as if time stops, and she sees the faces of the people back in camp, and she thinks, if ever is a time to kill this thing, it has to be now. And she'll just bring down the force of her battle axe through its skull with all of her strength, just splitting it in two.
With the cabin secured, our heroes gathered the survivors in for shelter against the storm. However, with food supplies dwindling, the four ventured south in search of provisions. But will the storm prove too strong? What other surprises lay in store? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Very nice.
Well done, Andrew. Well done, bud.
Thanks.
Yeah, no Michael Bay this time, Justin. Goodness gracious.
No, much
Thanks.
better
I tried
this
to
time.
tone
Yeah,
down
much
the
better.
Michael Bay, you jerk.
Hey man, it's not my fault.
I only
You
spent
chose to use the
4
music.
hours working on it last time. First thing out of
Okay.
one of my best friend's mouths. Yeah, could you dial down the Michael Bay a bit? That'd be like if you wrote a novel and I slapped you in the face and said, okay, calm down there, Twilight fanfic. Get out of here.
I was actually thinking Stephanie Meyer in my head when you started that. It's
Oh,
like
man.
he's gonna go Twilight with that.
Yep. Yep. Seen it coming.
Twilight fanfic would hurt my soul. If I had finally actually finished any piece of work and you're like, that's some good Twilight fanfiction there. Like, no, this is a genuine romance novel that explores human relationships in a very unique and interesting way. Like, this is my heart poured out and my worldview. Like, no. That's how I would feel.
But like, serious question though, like, Team Jacob, Team Edward, where do you guys fall on? I'm kidding.
I'm not answering that question.
Because she has an answer, though. That's
Do you
I
have
do
an
not
answer?
have an answer. No. No. I think that is the stupidest thing in the whole world, and I
You're
won't
Team Edward, aren't
even-
you?
I
It's
am
okay.
not. I'm not
Okay.
a Team Twilight anything.
I mean, I like Robert Pattinson as much as the next guy, but I prefer him as Batman now.
Man, with your editing skills, Andrew, I'm sure you could get Sarah to say, "I like Twilight" right there. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
all of that. I
Team
just
Edward
gave you.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Team
just take
Edward
out the.
every day.
It's like I am Team Edward.
Don't worry,
Easy,
Sarah.
easy
I don't have the
peasy.
time to do that.
Thank goodness.
Jace, to the session, I would like a survival check on our way to this berry bush before we open here to look for a cave or shelter or dwelling that we could potentially double back to if we have enough time. That would be great.
Okay, yeah. Roll a survival check.
Thank you, sir.
As you guys head from the cabin to the location that Tiny had pointed out before, looking everywhere as you're going.
Yep, I'm willing to aid Theros or
I
Orin, I
aided.
mean.
I was
Okay.
aiding Aiden.
All right, so then I'll be the one to look for it.
Do you even need
Did you
assistance with that
I
kind of
clicked knowledge nature, and I meant to click survival. So please just ignore that.
They both start with the same letter, so that's easy to mix up.
Thank you, Sarah, for that snide remark. I hope you gained something out of that.
Only satisfaction.
Okay. So as you're going, you're keeping an eye out, and you're not seeing any caves. You're not seeing anything like that that you could use to shelter. There are a couple places that are like there's like really like large ancient trees, but you don't think that those are going to work on their own necessarily.
Okay.
You see a couple spots where it looks like animals have like dug little dens in the roots, and you think that like maybe you could find one that's large enough for you guys. But the vast majority of the ones that you're seeing on the way here, at least, they're just small animals just kind of burrowing under trees.
Okay.
But you actually spot a lot of this happening. So you're like, oh, like by the time we start making our way back, there's going to be like dozens upon dozens more of these like animal dens that are just being impromptu dug to avoid the approaching storm because it's getting close now.
Okay.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, so we're starting to think that we might be able to find something here, even potentially by the bramble bush, or maybe we'll find one on the way back. That was a 22
It's like a
all said and
nice-
told, by the way.
nice little
Theros
crack
and
to
Orin
hang
were
out
able to
in.
hold. Yeah.
Yep.
Great. I guess I do now have the tie for the highest modifier ever since I leveled and got my favorite terrain added in. I guess that's probably true. Yes, that is true. So that's good to know.
Okay, so as you guys get really close to the location that Kining pointed out, you have to look around a little bit because there's no like specific landmark that she could have used to point it out. But a little time passes and you're able to find this this area, and you just see a patch of brambles, heavy with large ripe berries. Growing in a sunny glade here, or what would have been a sunny glade had it not been like overcast and starting to get closer into the evening. But you can see in this little opening here that there's a pretty decent amount of space. So had this been in the middle of the day, this would have been a really picturesque location.
Just as a heads up, I didn't say it, but I assumed that you would be aware. I have left Jasper at camp this time around, so we have that decreased carrying capacity on account that I left him behind. But with the handy haversack, I think that we would still have plenty of room to pick some additional stuff up. You know what I mean?
You made that horse shove in that tiny cabin with 27 other people
He's had
and
one shed.
like sheep and goats.
Well, I assume that they are able to find a spot for him, and that's better
It's gonna
than.
be a rough night.
It's gonna be rough.
Do we see this?
Poor guy, but I think that's technically better. Yeah, do we see that?
Whatever that is.
That's just a small like
That's just a
crevice
flavor abyss.
It's
Oh.
yeah, it's a flavor portal to the abyss.
Like those ornamental
Yeah.
stairs. Okay.
Nyari goes and just repels down.
Right?
I was gonna say you can say that's flavor all you want, but it's nearly 5 feet across at that one longest gap.
Yeah, I mean
Easily more.
it looks like it's a pretty large like
Gaping
ravine.
maw.
Do you like walk right up to it to look over the edge?
No, as we
No.
approach this glade, I would probably want to take a quick peek around just to make sure that it's not inhabited, since Kining said the bushes appeared to be moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Wow, I don't know why it says 0.1, but we can, deal with that later. You can just assume that I start kind of like scoping out the perimeter, making my way around, looking down. Like when I get here, I want to look down to see how far the clearing goes.
Making
or
your
the
way
path.
downtown.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it sounds.
Faces
Making my
back,
way
I'm
down,
home,
looking
and I'm home.
around.
Yep.
I'm
Walking
homebound.
fast and I'm stormbound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Aiden is going counterclockwise as he looks around. What's everybody else doing?
Missing you.
Theros is going to also be kind of listening and looking for traps or anything out of the ordinary.
I'm gonna move up there.
Can we roll perception or?
Watch our flank over here.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, now that everybody has decided like what they're doing, everybody can roll a perception check as they're going around.
Yes.
Typical.
Question.
Trash.
Have we gained our use of our we don't have level 2 spells yet, right? Because we'd have to rest in order to use this because
Right.
we hadn't gained the ability. Okay.
We also haven't technically gotten our level back. It will be after the storm, I think, the way the time works out, that we'll get it back. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, technically you would still have the -1 because technically the save wouldn't happen for like an hour.
Literally an hour from now.
Just curious.
So that's pretty much just for ease of flat -1 to all our rolls at the moment, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so just mentally, do that.
Okay. So, as you guys are all getting into the positions that you currently are, Orin, you're not seeing a whole lot. I mean, like, you see all these berries in the bushes, but you're kind of, like, you knew that Kining said something about them moving, but you're looking and, like, as far as you're concerned, they're moving because of the wind, which is starting to pick up now quite a bit, making it a little bit harder to notice whether or not the movement is natural or unnatural, because there's actually a lot of movement right now. And Nyari, you're looking down the other entryway into the forest there, and you're not seeing anything. There's no animals around at the moment, and again, like I said, everything is kind of moving because of the wind. However, Aiden and Theros, you guys are more used to the forest here. You've spent a lot of time here. You're able to kind of, even though there's all this wind going on, you're able to notice things a little bit more keenly. And as we'll go with Aiden first. As Aiden walks around here and gets to this little crevice, he can kind of see into it a little bit, and he can see what look like vines, like on the side of the crevice. And he's kind of looking at them, and they look like they're moving, but it's weird because the wind isn't really going too heavily into the crevice there, but they're moving just as much as the area around outside. And at the same time that he notices that, Theros, you're kind of looking into these bushes here a little bit, and you also notice that there is a mass of vines in there that are all moving in tandem, opposite of what the other surrounding foliage is moving.
I think Josh knows what this is.
And as soon as you two make that realization, we're gonna have to roll initiative.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I knew we are. So plant creatures do exist in Pathfinder. They're scary. But we'll be fine.
Oh my.
I think.
Can you blow that up for the live stream audience?
Oh no, is that an
Which isn't
eyeball?
anybody right now, but
What's that red thing? Is that its heart?
That's
That
delightful.
is one of the berries.
Oh.
Oh, can you blow it up again? I accidentally
Forbidden
clicked it away.
snacks.
Oh my gosh. It looks so good.
Don't eat
I
that.
want
Spit it
I
out.
want to eat
Spit it out, Josh. No, bad.
Ooh, oh man, we got some good initiatives here.
I know.
Okay.
I did terrible. At least I don't think I'm gonna get a surprise round on me. I don't think. Seeing as how I noticed them, so.
All right. Well, I guess that means it's time for
Battle music.
this.
Are you gonna get on that battle music, Andrew?
I was just working on it.
Okay.
I only have one screen. Okay, I can't like have multiple things open to pull up things right that fast.
I understand.
I'm just
Ah, it's
teasing you.
teasing.
Oh, same. I'm just playing back.
we all just kid. We're having a good time.
Okay, so I did the auto roll for initiative for these things, and I'll just say right out, their initiatives are +2 and +4. And they rolled a 22 and a 21.
Oh, don't you dare say it. I knew you were gonna say it.
They rolled
Why
super
do they
good
have different
initiative.
initiatives, I wonder? They all look the same.
They do all look the same, don't they?
It's not a hive mind.
We'll find. Yeah, we'll find out.
Okay, so in the surprise round, everybody except Orin and Nyari will be acting.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
because Aiden and Theros, they passed their perception checks.
Yeah, I mean, it's worse for Orin because he was actually looking in the bushes. I mean, you could argue Nyari wasn't paying attention because she was looking down this other
Everyone
part,
knows
but-
Orin just can't see. He
Just-
has dark vision. That's just another way of saying he's blind.
This is like the moving berry
oblivious.
plant thing, and Orange like
Oblivious.
bush.
Bush. That's clearly a bush.
Okay, so first
It's a
up in the
shrubbery.
surprise round, we have this guy up here by Aiden.
Aiden.
He is going to take one of his vines and lash out at Aiden. And you can see that this vine is just covered in thorns, and they are sharp. And he tries to kind of whip around you and just like rip at you with all these thorns on this vine. And it's going
This
to take
guy's
one
got
attack
reach, huh?
again. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. One attack against flat-footed.
Nice.
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 That'll be an 18 to hit.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that hits.
You take
2 points of damage
4 points of damage
and roll a fortitude save.
and 1 bleed on your turn, but we'll get to that. I will put a little red dot on your icon so we
Oh,
know
does
that
it
you
have
are
little
bleeding.
thorns?
Yeah, as the thorns kind of wrap around you, they pull and yank and they tear at your skin, and it causes immense bleeding
That's
and
the
a
worst.
lot of pain.
I've
That'll be
walked in the
great to
woods
deal
with
with.
shorts. The
Yeah.
worst.
That would be great to deal with when it comes to storm time, having tears in your clothing and blood everywhere.
We've
Now
all
for the one down here against Theros, it's going to take 1 attack as well. Natural one,
literally-
so that misses.
Are perfectly spaced out, I've noticed, Jason, to get us all.
so you can hit me at that range. Wow.
And this
Yeah.
one,
Yeah, they have reach.
I would have 5-foot stepped if I had to, but I didn't have to. Oh goodness, that's only there's no way that's gonna hit. That's an 8 against Orin.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
And Theros, it is your turn in the surprise round, so you have a move or a standard.
Take it away, Theros.
Well, seeing as I've never played anything like this before, I have no idea what will work against something like this.
Dude, kick it
But-
Pokemon style. Plants
You
are
can-
weak to fire.
I don't
You
have a
can take
fire
a-
attack.
I would say you can
Oh,
take a
I guess I do, but I
knowledge
don't
check
have
on
any-
this.
I don't have anything. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a free action?
Knowledge nature.
All right.
Knowledge of the nature of a rat.
Okay. You can get 3 pieces of information about this creature.
Oh, wow.
So you know that it is called a bramble lash. You have
Sounds like a Pokemon.
you have possibly encountered one of these before. What would you like to know specifically about these creatures?
Weaknesses?
They are vulnerable to acid,
Hmm.
and that is the only weakness I see here.
I don't know. I guess health, hit points, or health, general amount of health. Can I know that? Is
Yeah.
that something?
Yeah, you can ask that point.
I would tell you that they have 3 hit dice.
That's more accurate.
Okay,
You can
Oh,
guess
I
that.
thought you were going to say 3 hit points.
No,
you
three
can-
Their
you
AC
can-
is 30.
Sneeze on them.
You can get hit dice is
They're
fair.
vulnerable to COVID.
Hit points is reaching because technically there's a feat for that. But yeah,
Okay.
What are they called? Bramble what?
bramble lash.
Sounds fun.
one more
And-
piece of information.
Yep, one more.
Any
Can I give 'em
recommendations?
Yeah, I
'Cause-
say, can I give them some recommendations?
Do they speak
Sure.
common?
DR is a good thing to learn if they have special attacks or things we have to look out for, or their AC. Simple as it is, it's kind of good to know. You might be able to better guess if you want to push your luck or make sure you get a hit in. Those are 3, I think, go-to options, unless I'm missing something.
I
Jason,
guess special attacks. Do they have any special attacks we need to look out for?
Yeah, so first off, they do 1 point of bleed
we learned
if
about
they
that.
hit you.
Yep.
But also they have something called breakage, where if they score a critical hit against you, 1d4 thorns break off in your flesh, and as long as the thorns remain embedded, you take a -2 penalty on attack and damage rolls due to the distraction. It is a move action to remove 1 thorn,
Oh my gosh, that'll last you for the
Yikes.
combat. That's a big yikes.
but that is only if they confirm a critical against you.
Good to know.
Well, it's not energy drain, so then Theros, I guess, will communicate that to his teammates before. I guess. I don't really want to use any spells yet. Well, then again, what time of day is it?
It is because you had 4 hexes left of movement, so it's probably like 3 to 4 in the evening.
Well, yeah.
3 to 4 in the evening. Okay. So, all right. Man, I guess I can afford to expend some spells. Then, yeah, Theros will, yell out to his companions, "Watch out for the thorns. They're especially dangerous."
Yeah,
think it's-
I've learned that.
Don't let them stick in you. It's not pleasant.
Yep, they don't
They-
feel great.
They are weak to acid. And he'll take a 5-foot step back. I guess I don't know if it could still hit me from that range, but would preparing a spell invoke an attack of opportunity from here?
You don't know.
Preparing a spell?
Not
You mean
preparing, sorry, casting a spell.
You
It's
Forgive-
gonna take 15 minutes,
Forgive the
guys.
little child who doesn't know how to speak yet.
you know that they can hit you from 10 feet away. You're not certain if they can hit you from 15 feet away.
Yep.
It's up to what
Good.
you think. It's if you think their reach is 10 feet, 15 feet or more.
Okay. But casting a spell would invoke an attack of opportunity.
If they have reached that far, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast.
What do heroes do?
Summon Nature's Ally 1.
Oh, that's a real one. That's a real spell.
Okay, and I believe that is a full round casting.
Yes.
If it's like summon monster, it sounds like it.
Okay,
Oh, so,
So the
wait,
way
I
that-
can't do the 5-step then for that count.
so you can 5-foot step, but the way that it works is that normally it takes a full round to do, but there is technically a rule that allows you to just use 2 standard actions instead. So you could use a standard action in your surprise round, and then on your next turn, your standard action would complete the spell, and
You-
so it would just be your standard action.
You do have to know that you can get interrupted now. the spell, they can come and try to hit you in between that. That's a risk you run. But yeah, you can
Okay.
totally do it.
Yeah, if they hit you before the spell is completed, you have
You
to make
get
a
it.
concentration check to not lose the spell.
Yep.
So if you cast a spell that's a full round, you can't 5-foot step with that?
You can.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, he can 5-foot step. That's fine.
Oh, you just said 2 standard actions, like it would take his standard action on his next turn to finish it.
Yes, because it's a full round action and it's a surprise round right now.
Oh, surprise round. I'm so sorry. Yes, okay.
Yeah. So he
why
only
not?
gets one. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yep. It's an important thing to know. It's actually really good in action economy because it allows you to move, start casting a spell, finish casting a spell on your next turn, and move again. Because a lot of people think that a full round has to take up your whole turn. And that's not how it works in first edition. You can't do that in second edition, which I think is lame. But it makes sense because of the 3-action economy system.
Okay, so Volus could also have a move or a standard.
He could charge too.
Command Volus to attack that one there. And
Is he going to be charging there or just moving into position?
just
Right.
moving into position.
Then he won't get an attack till next turn.
It will take 1 attack of opportunity.
No, not nice.
That is an 18, which I don't think hits. I think his AC went up
AC's
to 19.
Yes.
So that misses.
Yeah,
Mr.
good bear.
Mr. Tank, good
I
bears,
rolled
right?
really well. I rolled really well that time.
And that was a good choice. If you had charged, your AC would have been 2 lower, I think, in time
Yes,
for that attack
yes.
of opportunity.
I
It
would
would
have.
hit.
I would have hit if he had charged. Yep.
Yep. So you made a good call. Good call.
Okay, Aiden, you're up. Take 1 point of bleed damage right away, and then you get your standard or move action.
Yeah. Okay. 1 point of bleed. Gonna. I can see. I was gonna ask. I can see him. Did he like crawl up out?
Yes. Yeah. When he went to lash at you, he came a little bit up, and so you can see him. Yes.
All right. Then 5-foot step, bow action, standard stuff here. I get nothing awesome because I can't rapid shot or nothing like that. I just get my favorite terrain bonuses, and this has to be at a -1. I wonder about using an arrow though, and piercing damage might not be so effective against them, but I don't know that yet. Oh, can I get a knowledge check actually?
Sure.
Cool. Back up a little bit. Go ahead. Nature.
Yes. Okay. I will give you. Since he already rolled some, I'll just give you 1 more bit of information.
An additional piece of information. So he got the special attack. So we pretty much have left. Do they have DR against anything that I have to worry about?
They don't have any DR, but they are resistant to electricity and fire.
Great. Okay, so I'll go ahead and hit him with my piercing damage then. That was my only concern. I thought they might be like slashing might do more, or blunt might have to hit him, and then piercing might not. But we'll go ahead and use a +1 arrow on this as well.
Okay.
For 9 points of damage.
Okay, so that does hit. It does not confirm, but the 9 points of damage does go through.
Yep, so he takes like a jump step back, kind of kicks off with the 1 foot, pulls back the arrow with lightning reflexes, and looses an arrow, hitting it wherever you deem appropriate.
Okay, and it is its turn. It's going to 5-foot step closer to you as it. Actually, I didn't look that up, but I'm just going to play it that way.
That it can do that?
Well, they have a speed of 5 feet, so I think they can still 5-foot step, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think that's true.
For my own ease of not wanting to waste time, I'm just going to say they can.
No, I think you can.
So he's going to 5-foot step up, and he's going to take 2 slams against you. You are no longer flat-footed.
No longer flat-footed.
That's only going to be a 13
Misses.
and a 19.
Hits.
Okay. You take another Ooh, max 7 points of damage,
Ooh, darn.
and you're already bleeding, so
Yeah.
that doesn't do anything
It-
different.
Doesn't stack, yeah.
Now for the other two, there's going to be 2 slams against Volus.
No.
That's 10. Ooh, 21. That one hits.
Dang it.
And it does, let me see what their stats are. It does 4 points of damage, and now Volus is bleeding.
Volus. He's the only one whose health he rolled bad on his health, or what's up with that? He's down to 9.
Animal companions don't get more health at this level.
Oh, got you.
And then 2 slams on Orin, and there's almost no chance that they hit. That's a 16.
The
And
mighty
it's
dwarf.
So
Orin,
they
the
both-
unhittable.
They both wrap around your armor and shield, and you're able to just, you don't even feel the thorns because they can't pierce your metal
The
armor.
strength of Torag protects you.
Maybe a couple of them wrap around your arm, but your iron hide natural armor prevents them from piercing your skin. And it is now Theros' turn again. This is now a full round. You can finish your spell as a standard action. What were you going to summon?
Giant centipede.
What a fun choice.
A giant centipede. Do I have one of those?
What's his name?
I didn't think of
His name's
one.
Legs.
He didn't name him. That's his name. I didn't name
Legs.
him.
I like it. Legs. That's canonical now. His name's Legs.
Oh, I do.
Well, that's what everybody calls him. Like, everybody calls him Legs, but his real
Yeah.
name is something else, and we just forgotten it because it's in like some insectoid tongue that we don't know.
What square do you summon him in? You could summon him pretty much. You can basically summon him anywhere within sight, honestly. But
Let's see, flanking with Volus.
okay. So as your standard action, you summon him, and he can immediately take an attack. I believe that is how the spell works. Is that they, as soon as they're summoned, they can take an attack or an action.
Yeah, let's see, I'm pulling up the stats for it. So looks like it has a melee bite attack, which is 1d6 minus 1.
Yes. So it would be so you would roll a d20 plus 2, but because he's flanking, it's a plus 4. So d20 plus 4.
Okay.
Okay, and a 12 just hits.
Oh, they got low AC. That's good to know.
So you can roll your 1d6 minus 1 damage. Okay.
Negligible.
Okay. And I guess technically it does poison. I don't know if plants are immune to poison. I bet
No.
you the plant traits say that they are.
No, there's no way that would be in there.
I figured it probably wouldn't be. There weren't
Immunity
any.
to paralysis, poison, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. So the poison doesn't go through.
That's
Yeah,
what I
they're
But
immune
it
to
does
poison.
take 1 point of damage. That is your standard action. You can move, and then Volus still has his full turn.
Yeah, I guess I'll move, do a 5-foot step there, and Volus will attack this one with all 3 attacks.
Okay. 3 attacks, and he's flanking, so we'll add 2 to the rolls. That'll hit, that'll with flanking just hit.
What?
Wow.
Nice!
So that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a lot of damage, and it collapses.
Yeah! I finally did something useful in combat!
Yeah, Theros.
All by myself!
Bringing
Yeah.
damage.
Before we end your turn, just make sure that Volus takes 1 point of bleed damage. I almost forgot about
Yeah.
that, if you didn't already do that.
I'm doing it now.
And next up, it is Orin's turn. Orin, you have been attacked several times by these vines, but they have thus far not been able to really affect you.
Oh, Orin's bleeding.
If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm covering my camera because my child refuses to put a shirt on, and she needed to walk by, and I was like, okay, let me cover my camera.
Sounds about right.
Oh, man.
Refuses to wear clothes.
Aw.
So I will 5-foot step up here
Okay.
and give him the old razzle-dazzle. Let's see. Hang on. Sorry. Loading. There we go. I'm going to swing the Masterwork light mace.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, yeah.
That will hit for 7 points of damage. Ouch.
Just remember, Jason, you were the one that was like, hey, you should probably switch to that Masterwork light mace.
Yeah. Yeah, having a bonus to hit is real nice.
Right?
Okay, that is Orin's turn. Nyari, what you gonna do?
When they come for you, the hour.
Well, this is probably like really stupid, but I like the flavor of it, so we'll do it.
Yeah, do something stupid. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run.
Who says you have to make the most optimized choice every turn?
So like I probably can't get any further in here, correct? Because it's bushes.
It would be difficult terrain.
But you
but,
could
I
get
mean,
there.
You could, but it would be difficult terrain.
Does difficult terrain do anything to your dexterity?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to do that. I think this guy can attack me if he chooses.
I'm about to do an attack of opportunity.
An
That is
opportunity
only a
attack.
14 to hit.
That does not hit. I have pulled a flask from the haversack while I was moving. Is that a standard action or a move action? Or is that part of my move action?
From the handy haversack, it's part of your move action.
Okay.
Because handy haversacks are cool.
Okay. I'm going to try to throw a flask of defoliant at it.
Oh,
Mm.
goodness.
At this one?
Because I don't really know how often we'll be fighting plant creatures, so
Might as well.
why not?
Okay.
Did you
That's
find
a
it?
really
Jason?
fun choice. That's a really fun choice.
Can use it as a splash weapon against plant creatures. A direct hit deals 1d6 points of damage, 1 strength damage, 1 con damage.
But otherwise, if it misses,
Okay.
it can do splash, but only 1 point.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and throw that at the creature.
Okay, so
If you roll a critical 1, you accidentally throw the growth
I
potion
think that
instead.
misses.
This is
No.
a touch attack,
It does
Oh,
not
is it?
miss.
Yeah. Oh,
and its touch AC is the same as its normal AC, and you're not flanking, so it does miss.
Yeah.
Its,
So
AC, its touch AC is 12.
yeah. So it goes in a square. I roll a d8 or something.
Yeah, just roll.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d8.
And
The
it
one will
starts-
be here, and then going clockwise 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 5.
Yo.
Gonna
Wait,
hit
wait,
me
wait,
with
wait,
it.
wait. I'm throwing it at this one.
Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and
She
and
finds
so
out
on.
that orange really a plant.
Oh,
Here,
that's
so it
the
goes right here.
most unfortunate spot. I really didn't want to.
All
hit
of the
right there.
berries are gone.
I
They're
d-
dead.
That's why I went after this one, so I wouldn't destroy the plants.
No provision points for you. It does still take 1 point of damage from the splash.
Do you want me to
though.
roll hit points for the bush?
No.
The bush takes 1 strength and 1 con damage.
Okay, and
Well,
That
it
is
wasn't as
Nyari's
cool as I was
turn.
hoping it would be, but
no, it was a very creative idea. I wasn't expecting it.
you should have given me a +2 on my roll for being creative.
Yeah, actually, that one's AC is higher anyways, so it would
Aw,
have
crap.
definitely hit that one. It missed that one.
You should have given me a plus, whatever was the difference.
No. Aiden, it is your turn.
So the best thing to do would be to just take this guy out, right? But Nyari has inspired me not to do the best thing. And
I'm the queen of not doing the best thing.
can I 5-foot step into this? Is this a tree or a bush that I can't 5-foot
It is
step?
difficult terrain. You cannot 5-foot step into difficult terrain.
Boo! Okay, fine. Let's see here. Let's see what kind of cover this guy would have. This guy would have... Oh, I could shoot him. Cool. Okay, so I could actually shoot both of them. Okay. We will live life assured, and we'll rapid shot, and I will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yes, you will, and I will take that.
Yes. And I'm going to...
Yeah, I don't know if that hits. Oh yeah, no, that's a 19. Your
That'll
AC is not that high. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to get that off first? Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah. That you'll take another 7 points of damage.
That was really
You're
a
rolling
bad,
really good for damage on that guy.
really a bad choice for sure. I should have just moved in with the great sword. I know, but
No, it's fine.
it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Are you rapid shotting?
Yep, gonna start on
Okay.
this one. If I can bring him down, I'll finish on that one. Hopefully,
Okay. Take your
And-
attacks.
I am going to save the masterwork arrow, the +1 arrows. I think I'll have been able to infer from how easy they were to hit that I can do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take
Okay.
2 attacks.
It does not have combat reflexes, so it doesn't get an additional hit against you.
Oh, very nice. So first one
Okay.
against
Nice.
this one.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first one does not kill it, but the second one does.
Yeah, so he'll be done. That's too bad. I really wanted to get them both. If that had been switched, it would have been more helpful, I bet.
And it is the last Bramblelash's turn.
Come
It's
at me,
gonna-
bruh.
It's going to 5-foot step out of the bushes. So you can see this whole mass of vines wrangling and wriggling and coalescing into this creature as it swings 2 more vines out at you, Orin.
Jason, just real quick, I did find that if your speed is 5 feet, you can't take a 5-foot step. But
Okay.
Yeah.
it's your call if you want to.
Well, you
roll it
rolled
that
a
way since you did
15
it
and a
earlier.
5, so they both miss anyways.
Well, he gets
So-
provoked now is the thing.
Well, I mean, it's really not going to matter.
Okay.
He can stay there fine. Uh,
Jason's like, stop ruining my fun.
the only reason I 5-foot stepped out is so I could describe him. So
No. Bummer.
uh, that is his turn. Theros, it is your turn. Have Volus take 1 point of bleed. Oh, Aiden, did you take 1 point of bleed?
I did. You can see
Okay.
I'm at
Holy
6, not 7.
Hit points, Aiden. I didn't realize you were that far down.
Well, yeah.
Ouch.
All right, so Theros is going to. Can I?
You now have 3 things to move on your turn.
Yeah, he's gonna run over here.
Okay,
and,
that will provoke an attack of opportunity, getting within reach.
Yeah. Well, this is
Ooh.
how things go.
Natural 20.
Sure it was, DM. Sure it was. All right,
Oh,
forget what I said.
Natural 18 to confirm.
No.
Forget what I said earlier about taking the least optimized choice. From here on out, you're playing with hardcore, Josh. It's
That
gonna win
is
every
that is 6 points of damage.
taking the gloves off.
I get a bunch
I
of.
love how on a critical hit that one dealt less damage than the other one was doing on a normal hit.
Right.
So that is 6 points of damage, and you now have bleed 2.
Curses.
This isn't 2E. There's no bleed 2.
No, but he'll take 2 points of bleed every consecutive round. And also, 1d4 thorns break off in your flesh. Only
Yeah.
1 thorn. So you have a single thorn in your body. It is a move action to take it out. An ally adjacent to you can also use a move action to pull it out. While it is in your flesh, you take a -2 penalty on attack and damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
bear
that was
with
your
it
movement
for
to get
now,
up there.
and I'm just going to swing my scimitar at it.
Okay.
Get that
Roll an
crit.
attack.
Get that crit.
Not good.
Okay.
12 will just hit,
Ooh,
and 2
only
points of
2,
damage.
because I'm hurt. Got this
Oh,
thorn
no,
in my
you take a
side.
-2 to attack, so
It
it
Never mind.
misses.
It misses.
Actually, even if it did hit, you take a -2 to damage, so it would have done 0 damage.
Wait, why is that?
lay
Because
it
of the thorn?
on thick, DM.
The thorn gives a -2 penalty on attack and damage.
Oh,
So if you
man.
have multiple thorns, does it stack?
No,
Oh,
it's
that could
just
get
it
really
takes-
bad.
It takes additional move actions to get rid of them.
I see. Okay.
Okay, that is Theros. Now we have Volus and the Centipede left. Okay,
Mhm.
he moves up. It does not have combat reflexes, so no attack of opportunity on that one.
All right, come on, Bear. You got this. All 3 attacks.
Pharaoh's
one
gonna
attack.
be
Right, one
an
attack, anyway.
MVP.
Yeah. A bite that will hit. It is still up though. It is looking incredibly rough. It's practically falling apart.
That centipede. What's a centipede's movement?
I'm eating a
It has
salad
a
for
40
dinner
feet
tonight.
of movement.
30 feet.
40 feet, I believe I saw there.
Yes.
Oh, so it's golden. It's so good.
Come on, legs.
Oh, I can't move it, so you'll have to do that.
Yeah, whatever. It can get there.
Yeah,
I
then there.
agree.
Let's do it.
It's
Yeah,
flanking
whatever.
either way. So it gets one attack. Again, it's a d20 plus 4 because it's flanking.
Roll.
DM's like, yeah, whatever. Who cares?
D20 plus 4.
That'll just hit.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll your
Kill it,
d6
centipede.
minus 1.
Kill him, centipede.
Come on. Are you kidding me?
It takes 1 point of non-lethal damage,
Ah!
which doesn't do anything.
Oh man,
Does
that's
it-
as good
does
as
it bring
my
it-
defoliant.
Does it bring it down to -1 at all?
No, because it had 2 hit points, so 1 non-lethal does nothing.
Oh no.
Oh,
And
that was-
Orin, it is your turn.
Once again, Volus the only one doing anything useful. I love it. Get him, dwarf.
Dwarf should finish. I didn't know why I kept talking. I should have just.
That must have been a 2. Oh, a 3. Okay. Yeah. So unfortunately, that misses.
Oh.
And next up, it's Nyari.
Oh jeez.
Can Nyari hit a 12?
I wouldn't.
Throw another flask.
I don't have any more.
Oh, that's too bad.
I think Theros has one. Not saying that you should use that. I just think we had 2, and I think one was on your person.
I never.
You should
would've
use
known.
that stump remover on it.
That's what
Just
I thought earlier.
explode it.
You do still have the stump remover.
Yeah, we do. Okay. I'll just
Okay.
vanilla hit it with my battle axe.
Yep.
There
You're
you go.
flanking.
Don't feel bad about it.
Barely,
hit.
barely hit it with my
And
battle
you
axe.
slash it in twain, and it falls.
Very nice,
good.
everyone. What a
Turns
good
out it's like a
combat.
hydra, so it comes back twofold.
Okay.
Come on, Jason. You said we were supposed to be scared this session. I'm not scared. I'm not even
Josh,
thinking
shut
about
your
this.
mouth. Shut your mouth right now.
Okay.
I
So
We're
even
like
say-
an hour in. Shut
I
up.
wouldn't even say that was that easy, guys. I think that was easy.
Aiden, on your turn, take another point of bleed damage.
I'm aware. I'm aware of what's
We're gonna stay in initiative order until you guys heal.
Yeah.
Just remember,
so-
the might fight was easy, and then we fought a white. So
Truth.
So Aiden, what are you gonna
Not
do on your
wrong.
turn? Are you gonna do a heal check, or are you gonna wait for the others to heal you?
A heal check is a standard action, right?
Yes. DC 15 to stop the bleed.
Let's see here. How far can I make it? I'll start moving towards them, and then attempt to heal check on myself.
Okay.
In the meantime, just kind of like he starts patching himself up, like cleaning whatever. It's typical. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. You are not able to heal the bleed on your own. Next up, it is Theros and Volus. Theros takes 2 points of bleed, and Volus takes 1 point of bleed.
Yeah.
And you can either roll a heal check on somebody who is bleeding to stop the bleeding, or if you do any amount of magical healing, they'll immediately stop bleeding as well.
I'm gonna do a heal check on Aiden because he's looking pretty rough.
Okay, roll a heal check. 13 is not enough to stop the bleed. DC 15, I believe, to stop bleed.
I have 9 in heal. My rolls are bad.
Next up, it is Orin. Orin, do you have any channels left?
I do. I have all
Okay.
3. I haven't used any.
Okay, well, that would immediately end the bleed if you were to do
So-
that.
Because of the level thing, am I a 2d6 or am I a 1d6 right now?
For the purposes of this combat, I'll say 1, but like immediately
Oh.
after this combat and henceforth, we'll say 2.
I actually
Okay.
think it's 2d6 though. His uses just goes down, right? Or is he counted as one hit dice less for the?
It's 1 hit dice less. His uses aren't based on hit dice.
Right, because it's for the class level. You're considered
Yes.
one. Gotcha.
All right, everybody heals 5, and I'll take this bleed condition off of everybody. Okay. Let me just space you out here so I can see what everybody's looking like. We've got... Okay. You guys aren't looking too bad.
Stop. Stop it right now.
I've been better. I've been better.
So as you guys fell the last of these bramble lashes, you're looking around. You don't see any other movement. It looks like it was probably just these creatures that were kind of guarding these berries that Kining spotted. And if you take some time, you can gather from this bush a total of 5 provision points worth of berries that you can take back to camp.
Literally not even worth it.
They're probably going to give us diarrhea anyway. So.
Who knows?
Not
Maybe you
worth
could have
it.
gotten more if you didn't kill all of them with defoliants. Oh man.
I tried not to, and
you know, I'm sorry, Sarah.
it's not my fault.
You
I'm trying to
coulda
be creative.
You would be
You
surprised
coulda-
though, at the rate that you guys lose provision points, 5 is like a full day.
Yeah. No, you could have just hit it.
I was gonna say we've been what -3 for the last like 4 days,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah,
I will
but, no,
say-
but like Jason though, 5 is nothing if you just think that we could hunt alone, get more than enough provision points for ourselves, and by the raw get plenty of provision points.
Yeah, but
for
this is a task that you did without a full day's worth of time left.
Right.
So it's
Right.
yeah.
Right. I understand that.
It's not.
And I will say I
Yeah.
didn't reduce it at all because of the defoliant. It would have been 5 anyways.
You
No,
can
I thought
blame
the-
Kining for
I thought the
telling us.
defoliant was very
Kining
creative.
ate so many berries. She lied about that too.
I was saying,
Kining actually put those creatures here so that when we
Right.
came back,
This half is a lot sparser than this half.
yeah.
yeah, no. No way is the
Everyone-
defoliant creative, but I do think it actually might be good to keep in the back of our mind because I have suspicions that this will not be the only plant-based creature that we fight. It is normally not something you encounter a whole lot, but in the Iron Fang, Iron Fang?
Fangwood.
Fangwood.
In the Fangwood.
The Iron Fangwood.
I think that you'll run into them a lot more often.
Okay. Everybody roll a perception check.
Yes, sir.
The storm is upon us.
You know, it'd be funny if somebody out of spite was just like, no, you don't play my character. I'm looking at the ground right now. I'm not actually paying attention. I wouldn't do that.
Okay,
though.
everybody except Nyari, you guys are kind of paying attention to the atmosphere here, and you do feel the wind starting to pick up quite a bit now.
I cannot
getting
feel the
to-
wind at all.
Well, you feel it. It's just you're not paying attention to it. But the 3 of you definitely feel the wind starting to pick up quite a bit, and you think that there's probably 10 minutes to half an hour before the storm really starts to hit. So you guys can start making your way back and try to find a place to rest within that time, or you can risk trying to push through the storm. It's up to you guys, but you think you've got like an 10 to 20 minutes maybe.
The storm, it's almost here. We should decide what we want to do. And he'll look to the rest of the group, obviously. Where are we? We're here.
You are right down here. You had 4 hexes left of movement, but you don't know how much the storm will impede your movement heading back.
We think we can make one more hex before the storm starts, or no?
The storm will start as you're moving into the next hex.
I mean, we should definitely explore these 4 hexes naturally.
I don't know about that. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do we look where we are?
Part of me
for
would
some
be
shelter?
bothered just leaving these here. But that's me, not
Same.
Theros. Just
Well, yeah,
for
that's
some-
really bugging me. Really.
It
bad.
doesn't bug me at all. I say, oh, we just need to figure out if we're gonna hunker down where we're at, because you said we were starting to notice more and more dens as we were coming this way, right?
Yeah, so you think that, I mean, you have the impression that it doesn't really matter whether you stay here or look on the way back. You just need to find. At this point, you think probably your best bet is trying to find a large animal den somewhere.
Yeah, we should do that.
So there's
Well, the question is-
there's no penalty to trying to look for it on your way back.
Okay.
Except that the storm will start.
The storm will start whether you're staying here or moving back. That there's no difference there.
Gotcha.
I think we should start heading back and look along the way.
Yeah, make as
agree.
much ground as
Agreed.
we can. I agree.
Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll be able to make it back before the storm hits.
Yep. So we'll go there.
Okay. As you
You
guys
wanna know-
move into the next mile, I'll just describe. So the sky grows dark unnaturally early as thick black clouds blanket the sky, flickering with lightning and thunder. The wind picks up quickly and strengthens to a gale that bends the forest. Branches crack and fall from their trees. The rain begins, icy cold and stinging, slow at first, but soon driving into the earth in a pounding rhythm. It is pitch black. Not only is the canopy impeding light, but there isn't even the slightest bit of light from this dark, cloudy sky. And as you move back, it severely inhibits your sight. Not only that, but visibility during this storm is reduced by 3/4, imposing a -8 penalty on perception checks. Ranged weapons cannot be used in the storm. Unprotected flames are automatically extinguished. Protected flames have a 75% chance of being extinguished. Medium or larger creatures must succeed at a DC 10 strength check to move against the wind. Everybody roll me a strength check.
That wasn't something we could take 10 on.
No. The conditions here, I'm going to say, are distracting enough that taking 10 will not be effective. All but one of you succeed,
Poor Nyari.
which means
I was gonna
rather
say,
than
They have the second highest strength and
right.
just worth nothing.
I am
I
not
think
the
we
weakest.
leave her behind. We just push on.
as you guys are going, since most of you succeeded, this will not take 4 squares of movement to move one. It'll only take 2 hexes of movement. So out of the 4, you spent 2 to get to this tile. And you can all roll a no, not yet. You can make it 1 more hex before we have to start rolling survival to find dens.
Well, we're looking as we're going.
Yeah. I'm ruling that like the survival check that we'll do next hex will encompass both movement, but you wouldn't find a den in this hex.
Okay.
You said roll
So
survival?
Yeah, so as we move to the next hex, roll a survival check.
Not great.
Oh yeah. Oh, who was aiding who and whatever? I
I'm
was
having a
assuming
terrible tonight. I can't
Yeah.
roll for anything.
Sarah.
I was assuming they were aiding me, so that's a 24.
Okay. Okay. So you are going to be able to find a den, but before that happens,
Nyari dies.
about an hour passes as this storm hits, and it grows and grows. It somehow gets worse and worse and worse as time goes on. By the start of the second hour, I need each of you to roll a D100.
D100. That's something else.
Sarah, that's probably okay.
Mhm.
Justin's probably okay. Andrew and I are in danger.
Okay. So for the first 10 minutes of the second hour, you guys are fine. Do it one more time, and then after this percentile roll is when you guys will find that den.
Oof.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
I would just like to point out that both of my rolls in Delta Green would have either been critical successes or critical failures.
Yeah.
During the second hour of the storm, each member of the group has a 10% chance every 10 minutes of being
Oh.
struck by blown debris or falling tree branches. Aiden, as you guys are continuing forward, a massive tree branch breaks from one of the nearby trees and falls upon you. Roll me a reflex save.
It's not against a flat-footed AC. It's just a reflex.
It's just a reflex save. This is not a hit roll. It's oh my goodness.
Ooh, yeah!
Smooth recovery.
So with that reflex save, you're able to duck out of the way just in time, avoiding being hit by this branch, which would have dealt 7 points of damage to you. But instead, you take no damage as you duck out of the way.
But as soon as that comes, I'm sure he's like shouting and fighting against winds. Like, we need to find shelter.
Yeah. And you guys continue forward another minute or two, and you guys spot with that survival check, you spot a very large, ancient oak that seems to have a large den dug into it. Do you guys approach the den, or what do you do?
Yeah, he points and says, we gotta go there. We don't have time to debate.
Aiden's like, we will go through the mines.
You guys approach this den, and as you guys walk in, you see that it's actually a very spacious den here. It looks like whatever creature dug this has been digging it for a while. And as you step inside, everybody with dark vision roll perception.
That's me. That's just me, isn't it?
I was saying,
Yeah.
nope.
just Orin. Okay. Orin, as you guys are stepping into this den, there's a lot of noise going on, and none of you can hear anything, but Orin can see in this den there is a creature, a very large creature, and it starts growling at you. You can't hear it, but Orin sees it snarling in your direction. What do you do?
What is it? Oh, sorry, it's not me.
Orin, if you have knowledge nature, Orin, you can roll it.
I do not. I have knowledge religion. Is it a religious creature?
No.
undead.
I will say you can attempt it untrained. I'll say it's a DC 10, so you can attempt it untrained, but you have to hit a 10 or higher.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that just roll a d20?
It's whatever your modifier is still, which might be a minus. Might be a 0, might be a -1.
Might be a +1. Who knows?
Just because I don't have that on my skills list. So
yeah. 1 second. Let me just look. So what is your intelligence? Your intelligence is 0. So this is just a d20 roll.
Yes, a d20.
Straight d20.
50% chance you know what this is.
50% chance.
I like it.
You
I don't like it.
You're not 100% sure what this is. It looks like a creature you're familiar with, but it's too big to be that creature, so you're kind of thrown off.
Okay, so I just shout back to the group, hopefully over this gale force winds, like, there's something in the tree! And just shout that out to them.
Alright, I think I actually have one more. Nope, don't have a sunrod left. Curses of Strahd. I do have a hooded lantern, however, so as we're coming in and it's starting to, be inside and less wind and water and whatever else, I'll go ahead and light my hooded lantern. I'm not sure if I have oil for it, but I think we have some in the party inventory, so I'm going to say I have oil for it. I do have oil for it. Yes, 1 oil.
Okay, go ahead and mark off the oil, and you can have a hooded lantern. As you step into this den, I will say it reduces the chance of being extinguished to like 15%.
Okay, roll D-hundo.
You're fine.
Okay.
So you have a hooded lantern there, and it lights up this this cavern. So now everybody who they can attempt a knowledge nature check to identify this creature. Wow, guys! Wow.
We hit the DC, but dang, do we not learn a whole lot about it? Thank you, Theros. Thank you.
One of you met the DC.
No way, you said DC 10.
I said that to identify the creature as what it was. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So we all know what it was, but none of us hit high enough to learn information about it.
Correct. One of you met the DC to learn a couple things about it. You recognize that this is a dire wolverine.
That doesn't sound
And you can learn. Well, I'll just move you over here. Whoops. I'm using my keyboard, not my laptop keyboard, so that didn't do anything. I will reveal this.
Real
map.
quick, we should figure out, did we expend any additional healing apart from the channel as we were walking, or no? We should cover that before we jump into combat. I can't remember. We just had the channels, right?
You had the one channel, I think.
Okay.
You could have expended others, though, if you wanted to, because you were wounded. It's up to you.
It's up to you. It's not me who does the healing. So
Yeah, I'll do one.
okay.
So yeah, I don't know. You can all move yourself onto the map. You should have whatever HP you had before, and then we can add whatever
Is that a
heals
2d8
happen.
or 2d6?
Yeah, I was a little bit. I'm sitting at 10 here, and when that 7 came at me, I was like, oh man, that could have gone down. That'd have been really bad. I ain't ashamed to ask for heals.
There you boy. You
Yeah,
boy.
there we go.
There
Now
you
we're
go.
talking.
You feel
Nice.
better?
I feel great. Thank you. That's what that new 3rd level channels feel like.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Okay. Oh,
So Orange probably in the front with the eyes. I'm probably close to him. Where do you want us? Like, this is the tree we're going into, or?
yeah. So basically, this map gives you like a top-down perspective, but you're going into this tree. So just we will basically be acting as though you have the ability to move around.
Right. Well, we can just pretend that we're getting into the entrance here. Yeah. And I think Theros can be wherever he wants, and Nyari can be wherever she wants. But
So yeah, I'd say you guys are about 15 feet away from the creature. So just position yourselves 15 feet away and you'll be fine.
like that, 15 between us, or 15 like that.
Between you. So one step back. Okay.
And maybe just for the ease of like movability, I'm assuming the den's a bit bigger. Maybe we shift everything down a square, or you like it where it is?
Yeah, sure. You can shift everything down. That's fine. I just
Yeah.
moved him back a bit because you guys had placed yourselves up there.
Well, I wasn't exactly sure on this map how big you wanted the den to be and all that. So yeah, you can go ahead and
Huh.
move him.
Yeah, so
It
we'll put
doesn't-
him right there.
Doesn't look
Right.
like Hugh Jackman.
Great.
Okay, so
Dire Hugh Jackman.
you guys see this creature here.
He's got
This-
the sideburns.
He actually does.
This dire wolverine. Is everybody healed up on their characters? Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys see this creature. What do you do? It is
Look to the
snarling at
druid.
you and taking a defensive stance, but it is not yet attacking.
I would say
You
we
have
still.
invaded its home, though.
Can I attempt wild empathy?
Yeah, Aiden will call out if Theros has any more druid tricks up his sleeve, kind of thing, and I can attempt a wild empathy as well. So, do you want us to roll that separate or as an aid?
Up to you.
I'll roll to aid Theros. I think.
It's a 1d20 plus my charisma modifier, which is 0. So
I think it's a 20 plus your level plus your charisma modifier, but I could be wrong about that.
It is just your level. Maybe.
No,
oh
there's
yeah,
definitely
adds a
charisma
druid,
modifier in there.
level and charisma modifier. You're right.
Yes. So mine is a d20 plus 2. So I'll just
Yes.
roll that in chat.
I'm still a negative level.
No,
right?
not anymore. I'd
Oh.
say that at this point, just about at this point, is when the negative levels are gone. So don't worry about taking negs on your attack or damage rolls for this.
So 1d20 plus
3.
okay.
3 if your charisma is 0.
That's terrible.
Oh man. I just want to say it would have been real good if you had rolled separately.
Yeah, well, we
Rolling separately would have
Rolling
just
like Sarah
changed,
now.
would have just changed this whole experience.
well,
What the heck's
He's gonna
going
try to
on?
wiggle his way out now.
yeah, I am. There.
He's like, oh, wild empathy
No.
doesn't say you could aid on it.
No. I'm not gonna
I'd
do
be-
any of that.
It'd be funny. I wouldn't even let you.
No, I think I'm debating if Aiden would know something, but I don't know if he would know it. Let me roll a percentile die. We'll say he's a 50% chance of knowing it.
What are you asking if Aiden would know?
If Theros has an extra charm animal left, I think he does.
Oh,
I think he does have a calm or a charm. So I was gonna have him say something. But I could be wrong. But I think you have one left.
I don't know. I think I might have used them all up. Let me look.
That would be...
I'm pretty sure I don't have any left.
You might have used it in the last Lynx fight. That's fair. That
Yeah, I
might
think
have
we
happened.
had 2 overall, and yeah, I used it at the last Lynx fight and just didn't get cleared from the inventory.
Okay.
okay. Well, unfortunately, with the rolls and the way that you decided to do the rolls, the DC 20 wild empathy check is not succeeded.
Wow, that was not really gonna happen generally though. Anyway, wow.
Offering fresh raw meat would have given you a +4 bonus.
We didn't think to do that.
Do we
Nope.
have any fresh
What
raw
about
meat?
freshly picked berries?
I don't think that has the same effect. And it does say spells like Charm Animal would have helped.
Yep.
But unfortunately, as you guys, I kind of imagine it where like Theros and Aiden take like a half step forward, put their hands out to try to calm it down.
It's
And
just
as soon
misread,
as soon as they do that, it interprets that as a threat, and it goes to attack. Everybody roll initiative.
Initiative.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, but we have to put him down. But just think, this is arguably better. Do you want to know why it's arguably better?
Unfortunately, it's not edible.
That's a lie.
I'm gonna need some proof on that.
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
is-
need- when
You
we
can
are
see that it
starving.
is very sickened. It's basically rotting.
So easy to kill then.
Oh, so it's undead. Okay, cool.
Hey,
I
you
can
do know we have
add undead traits to
Nope,
this thing.
nope. We don't
do
need
have
more drain
purified
energy.
food
No.
and drink. You know, purified food and drink is gonna come
Exactly.
in clutch.
Okay, Aiden, you're up first.
But it hasn't actually hit us yet.
It has not technically yet charged. No.
Charged. You just showed your hand there.
But seeing that he, yeah, seeing that he has kind of come to maybe hurt us, that would be bad. He's gonna take a 5-foot step over and ready in action. No, he's just gonna stay where he is, and I will ready in action to hit if he does in fact charge towards us, and I'll draw out my greatsword.
Okay. Nyari, you're up next.
I will delay.
Okay. Theros and Volus.
Well, we all get to act. This poor guy rolled solo.
Oh my
Well,
goodness! It
all
has a
but one.
+7 to initiative. It rolled a natural 1.
You could do something maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I didn't realize that it had rolled a natural 1 for initiative. That sucks.
Thanks.
It sucks, except that we're all good people and gonna let you act first anyway. So you can.
Yeah,
just,
that's always nice.
yeah. I'm half inclined to charge right in because obviously I assume he's shown signs of aggression, but we aren't really looking for a fight if we can avoid it. That's fair too.
Really? This will be the second creature that we have now killed because we needed shelter. just
Oh
saying.
no. Well,
Hey, it's
Yeah.
a dog eats dog world.
you
them
said
or
that
me.
the white is evil, right? They're inherently evil.
Yeah. This one wasn't really a choice. This was just
You gotta
forced
tell yourself,
upon
man.
us. Yeah.
Theros will take a 5-foot step back and cast Magic Fang on Volus.
Well, I'm not a vegan, so.
On Orin.
On
He casts-
Orin.
Yeah, magic fang.
Oh, what's
Oh,
going
bite
on?
him. Ah!
Magic Fang does have a range of touch, so if you wanted to cast
Oh,
that,
okay.
you could do it before the 5-foot
Yeah,
step
no.
or 5-foot step to there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can 5-foot step here still. You just have to cast it first, is all.
All right. I'll say I did that.
Yep. Okay, so you cast it, then 5-foot step back. Is Volus doing anything?
Volus. I guess go here and full defense.
Okay. Yep. Total defense.
Total defense. That thing.
It is now its turn.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay. So you're going after Theros.
Yes.
I will change
Yep.
that.
So I was waiting to see what the druid was going to do, if there's any other tricks up his sleeve, and
I
it
wish.
appears he's preparing for a fight. So I will
Run away.
forgive
question.
You.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. I don't mean to interrupt. Is
No,
he
go ahead.
really like that big?
Yes. It is a
Legitimately,
large
he's that
creature.
big.
He's a dire. What was it now?
Yep. A dire wolverine. He takes up a 10-foot space.
10-foot space.
And he, if I'm
That's
not mistaken,
huge.
is not a magical beast as well.
It is an animal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew that was the case. I just,
This could end really badly.
Okay. Forgive me for this, Orin. I'm
You're
gonna
attack
move
him or something?
here in total defense.
Oh
Wait.
my gosh.
Did it just say 19.9 feet?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know why.
It's got a 0.1 and a 0.9 sometimes. I don't know why.
Yeah, like now it's fine. But that
Just
first move,
shimmies
even on
an
the other
inch.
map, it was like that too.
Okay, so Nyari walks 19.9 feet, and then total
Oh.
defense is
Oh,
in front
Nyari.
of.
Oh no, Orin's toe is
Orin.
exposed now.
Oh, Nyari.
It will charge forward.
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't
And-
happen to be part of the giant subtype, right? It's just large.
No, it is just large. It is not a giant subtype. No, it is a neutral large animal, and it is going to make one claw attack against Nyari.
Oh, Nyari. No.
Charging bonus.
Not only do you throw yourself in danger, but no.
Right.
I
right in
rolled
front of
very
me.
low, and that is a miss.
Whew.
Orin, it is your turn.
He can 5-foot step still.
Yeah. I feel bad now, though. I'm like, oh, Nyari protected me. I should probably just stay here. Um. I'm just looking. Give me a second.
Fire belly.
Fire belly, and I shoot it right into the back.
You set the tree on fire in the inside.
Yeah, I
Turns out
burned
it's
down
really
the structure.
Dry kindling inside, it destroys the shelter.
That would be terrible.
It's like me destroying the berries. It's like nothing we do ever works.
Ever works out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to block Aiden. So.
It's alright, dude. Do whatever.
Although, are you still injured? How did you get injured?
I didn't heal up all the way.
Oh, that's right.
And
I
a
can
tr-
still-
Oh no, a tree didn't hit you. I forgot.
Yeah, I can 5-foot step the other way, so yeah, you're
Yeah.
fine. You can get in there. It's
There.
just I just lose my readied action is all.
And then we'll try the old light mace.
Okay,
No,
a
that's
14. Because it charged, that just hits.
Oh, okay.
Well, we know what we're
And
dealing
this will
with.
be interesting.
Oh, is it about to get mad?
As you hit it, it yells out in a rage. It roars at you.
Oh boy.
And let me just add some stuff to its stats real quick.
Oh, boy.
Just some basic stuff that I'm adding to certain ability scores.
It
We have
might
to
look
kill this
familiar.
fast.
It may look familiar to everyone.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah.
At least its
Oh, yeah.
AC goes down.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's
oh,
the
it's
least of our
raging
problems.
like Nyari is.
Yeah, they have rage.
Ah.
Okay. I
Oh
think
boy.
that has been applied now. Oh man, this is gonna be good. Okay, that is Oren's turn. Next up, it is Aiden.
No, I had already. Oh, is it back all the way through
Yeah,
now?
it's back to you. That's the first round.
5 foot step, whack at it, obviously.
Okay, roll an attack.
Let's kill it fast. Oh,
Okay, that is a confirmed critical hit.
Yeah, that is.
that's nice.
It is.
That means we've already put 31 points of damage into
Yeah,
it.
that's a ton of damage to it, but it is still up.
How has
Mm,
Josh rolled like 3 natural 20s and I've rolled
Right?
like 3 natural 1s?
I think his dice are weighted.
Yes, my electronic dice.
He
Actually, I
hacked into
pay.
roll 20.
Well, I pay roll 20 is what I do. $10 a month.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Okay, Theros and Volus, you're up.
Come on,
Really
finish
not
it.
that bad if you think about it. Like you get 4 natural
Um,
20s per month.
So does
that
it look
Sorry.
damaged?
Oh yeah, it's taken quite a beating.
Okay.
It just has an absurd amount of health.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
Yeah, 25 is no joke. Even if it's pretty low on my normal damage
I have a
output.
question, Jason.
Yes?
If Theros were to cast Flare, would that affect my teammates? Or could I like warn them ahead of time that it's going to happen so they don't get dazzled?
Flare. If it's an AOE, it affects us.
Okay.
You trying to
You
flashbang it?
cause it to burst in front of a single creature, so it's only the one creature.
Yeah. So it's a
Okay.
yeah.
So I could
Yeah.
potentially just try to
Yep,
dazzle
It gets
the...
a fortitude save though.
Yep.
Okay. Then...
That is a 24 fortitude save.
I think he was still debating if he was going to do that.
Yeah, I just rolled it in case he wanted to go for it.
Is that wait? Did you already rolled for it, meaning that wouldn't have been successful, or are you joking?
No, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to cast it.
Okay. Then I guess gee, kind of out of options as far as spells go.
Is Flare a cantrip?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Because I know there's a higher level version that is an area of effect.
Glitter dust also is pretty
No.
similar.
Flare
know.
burst?
know it's not the same. I said similar.
Yeah, Flare Burst is the one that does an area of effect.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that there's not really anything else Theros can do except try to attack it.
Okay.
There, I guess. Is that gonna provoke an attack of opportunity though?
No,
You could get there in such a way that it would not, no.
Okay.
It does not have reach.
You'll go like this.
And I guess he'll swing the old scimitar dud.
Okay.
Hope to get super. Nope. Yeah, no.
That is a miss.
Volus will move here.
Okay. This is
Attack of opportunity.
very interesting.
It's kinda
No
ridiculous.
attack of opportunity.
Nope, you're just a 5 foot step in. You can get your full
Yep.
round off, actually.
Okay. 15 points of damage.
Yep, they all hit because his AC's down.
Okay.
Again, Volus, the only useful part of my kit in combat. Until level 2.
Summon
spells.
legs.
Nyari, it is your turn. This creature's looking pretty rough at this point. It's taking quite a bit of damage.
Oh, what about Magic Fang effects?
Oh,
Are those
acid.
applied too?
On the maw.
not
That is
acid
not
maw,
what Magic Fang
Magic
does.
Fang does a +1 enhancement bonus on attack and damage rolls.
Yep, I can add that.
3 more damage.
I'm going to be a bit reckless because
Oh,
I'm half barbarian, that's why.
I was gonna say you've been a bit more reckless this combat. You know, I've been liking this side of it. It's been different.
what are you gonna do?
Oh, rats. Hold on.
Okay, that was fast.
Okay, so you can hit me if you can.
I will certainly try. It grabs out with one of its claws.
Because leaving and then entering provokes?
Just leaving.
Leaving provokes, yeah.
That's going to be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, because I also am going into a rage, so I'm assuming that would tick before.
Raging is a free action. You can do it at any point.
I mean, it's going to hit regardless.
You take
Right, I know. I was just letting you know.
8 points of damage.
Because also, so Jason, how would you rule that if I'm raging? Would you rule that the rage goes into effect first or after?
It goes into effect whenever you take the free action to rage.
Right.
All right, so I would have raged immediately.
Then
Okay.
it would be before or whatever.
Okay. So 8 points of damage.
Okay,
And you move over there.
yep, and then I was drawing my axe, and a natural one, close.
That'll hit. It's looking super rough. It's like right on the edge.
We'll see if Orin finishes it off or not.
With his inflatable
is-
hammer.
It'll be
It
very
is-
nice for Orin to get another one.
It is its turn. I am going to roll a D3. Because 3 of you have dealt in excess of like 10 damage to it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I'm going to roll a D6. On a 1, it goes after Nyari. On a 2 and a 3, it goes after Volus. And on a 4, 5, and 6, it goes after Aiden.
Okay, because I did more.
Okay. Did I say 1 after Nyari?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's actually good because it's more likely to hit.
Yep.
Okay. That's going to be 3 attacks, 2 claws, and a bite against Nyari.
Yep. Bite
So-
first.
The 2 claws are listed first, so I'm going to do those.
Oh, that's interesting. Normally
That's
they're
a
not.
20. Natural 2 for a 10.
Okay, I say 16.
Okay, so that's only 2 hits. The natural 2 misses.
Okay.
So you take on the claw that hit you only 7 points of damage, and then on the bite, only 8 points of damage. I'm rolling 1s and 2s for damage here.
So
So-
15 total?
Yes.
Okay.
And it is going to back away from you guys.
No, my beautiful flanking.
And Orin, you're up. It's looking super rough. It's taken a huge amount of damage at this point.
5 foot step up.
Okay. $21 for
Yeah.
5 points of damage, and it collapses.
Very nice.
Saddened by this.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, Nyari will clean off her battle axe and sheath it and kind of wipe the blood from her mouth that was on her hand and walk over and put a hand on it and say, I do not like needless deaths, but unfortunately, my friend, this was necessary for us.
Aiden will walk up and he'll say, I do not think it was so needless. It is a shame that he is dead. And he'll lean down and says, but I thank you for the provision points that you will provide.
Unfortunately, with all the cuts that you've done, the meat is rendered useless.
Oh, that's too bad.
You've just cut it up too much to be good.
Oh, really? Is that the case?
Yeah, it's a shame.
Shame.
It's a shame that 10-foot creature got cut up too bad.
Yeah, but no, for real, he does offer like a
Yeah.
prayer to Erastil, for like thanking him for game and basically a promise not to let the life be a needless kill. Like we'll make use of the body as best we can, even if it's not provision points. And that's how we'll do it.
Okay.
So Orin reaches down and kind of slits its belly and tells Theros to get in, Star Wars style, like the Tauntaun. God, it stinks in here. Get in, it'll keep you warm.
Theros will utter some druidic like curse word at Orin's tasteless joke.
Okay, so
Real
you
talk,
guys
though.
are
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, you guys are in this den now, and having found shelter, you guys don't have to make checks every couple minutes to avoid being hit by debris. As an hour passes, and then another hour passes, and we're getting into the night, and it sounds like the brunt of the storm has passed, but it's still going to be there for another couple hours, probably the remnants, as you guys most likely have to make camp here, and we can just, unless you guys have something specific you want to do, we can hand wave, each of you take a watch. Nothing comes at you because of there's a storm right outside during this night. As you wake up the next morning, the storm has completely passed. There is sunlight outside, and as you step out, you can see that there is like a lot of destruction to the trees in this area. Like there are branches all over the place. Everything is just absolutely like destroyed. Some trees have just been completely blown over.
Wow.
You guys are out there, and I assume you guys can discuss otherwise, but I assume I'll move you back to the hex map that you are going to start making your way back to camp.
Well, real quick, flavor-wise, is there anything that we could use off of it as far as like maybe to get some? I don't know. Do dire bears don't have blubber, but they have fat? Like, is there anything salvageable, or is it known to be like too tough of a meat, or can we use it to maybe make some improvised weapons? Like, is there something that we can do with it, or is it just left to be killed?
It is pretty tough meat, and this is a wild animal that normally isn't used for food, but I'll give you a survival check.
Yeah, sure. Just to do something with it, you know what I mean? Just because I think that would be his actual in-character choice. Is like, oh, it's a shame we had to kill it. Let's try to do something with it, kind of idea.
And that's an assist to
Okay. Great.
Okay. Hitting a DC 20, I'll say that you guys can take enough of the furs and whatnot to be able to craft some either clothing later down the line or use for any other of these things. And you'll manage to salvage 3 provision points out of the thing.
Okay, great.
You are very benevolent.
What a good
I bow
man.
before you. Thank you.
I assume spells and stuff we have enough time to pray.
Yep.
And
You can prepare your spells before you head out. Yep. And you no longer have to worry about the negative levels or anything. Everything you have your full 3rd level stuff.
My level plus con as well brings me up to 24 out of 26.
and I would have used the last one sometime in the night to
bring
heal
everyone
you
all the way
guys
to
for
full.
7.
Yeah, fantastic.
Oh shoot! Hold on. Sorry.
We're looking okay, guys. I'm not gonna say we're good because
So, honest question, Jason.
Yep.
Did that go the way you saw it going? Or did you expect that dire Wolverine to give us a harder time?
So
'Cause I feel like we dispatched that really fast.
yeah, so here's the thing. It's a +7 initiative. If it had rolled a higher initiative, it would have
Yeah.
been way different because it would have been able to attack you first. You would have been able to get a full round against it, sure, but it wouldn't have been lower AC yet. And then its
Right.
next turn, it would have had a full round action, maybe put one of you down, and then it would have been a lot different. I don't think it would have been a TPK or anything, but some groups can get to that encounter at level 2 still, and it can be super
Yikes.
difficult.
well, a couple things you have to notice. The 3 of us, I would say it would have been a more advantage to us, except that we didn't really take advantage of it. We could have hit its flat-footed AC, and we didn't do that. I dropped a ready action. Nyari also technically dropped what could have been a combat action by choosing to fight defensively, and so did Volus. So all of those could have been early hits in at a lower AC. So yes, we did great, but technically we could have done better, and also technically if it had gone first, we could have done worse. So we're probably about par for the
Yeah.
course
It
level.
rolled a natural 1 on its initiative check, so it wasn't great.
Right. So just in general, it was pretty much substandard for this level.
Yeah. I was expecting maybe 1 or 2 people go unconscious, but I wasn't expecting anybody to like die.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's one of the reasons why it's so hard to balance an encounter, Justin. If you've been on the other side before, you said, as a DM.
Yeah, and you never know what way it's gonna go.
You never know, because you can look at something and be like, well, clearly that's a CR4, right? Or whatever,
Right.
and then they all just roll terrible on their
Right.
initiative, and it's like, but this is a +0. Why is it going first? Why
That's
did
the
I
thing.
get a crit?
The white was only CR3, but I was rolling like 18, 19 on the die to hit you guys.
We had
Despite
it
super low
wrong
to
in our
hit.
head. We definitely thought it had more hit dice. Well, I didn't. I felt like it did, though. I didn't think it actually did, because I was pretty familiar with whites, but yeah.
Yeah, so you guys get up in the morning and you have 16 hexes of movement. You're only 2 hexes away from camp. What do you
Yeah,
guys
we
want to do?
definitely want to check in at camp first. I think after we see all this wreckage and
Yeah.
damage. I think that's our objective. If I'm not
Make sure they fared okay at the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys spend 2 hexes to get back to the camp, and as you walk into the clearing, you can see that there's been some damage here. About half of the roof of the cabin has been blown away.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
So it's still it's still got 4 walls. It's still got half a roof, but it's not gonna weather too many more storms. The little side shack that had all the meat before, a large tree branch has impaled that.
Oh my
Um,
gosh! I'm actually so mad at you.
They as you guys get closer, I have a list of things that are going to happen. So let me
Oh
just run,
jeez.
let me just run down this list
Oh
here.
my gosh! I am actually livid again. I was chilling. I was having a good time. Oh my gosh!
So
Go ahead.
you come back and you're getting the rundown from Jet. Jet comes out to meet you, and she's like, we came in, we stored any of the shelters we could in the cabin there. We put everybody in, and we got the livestock." And she looks at Iden, and she says, "We got Jasper barely in there.
Thanks
Everybody's
for
safe.
that.
Everybody's safe. Nobody died or anything, but we did run out of a bit of room, so we had to put some of our shelters outside. So we lost 3 of those, which isn't as bad as it could have been, but we did lose 3 shelters. As you can see, the cabin here is it's weathered a bit. It's starting to collapse a little bit on the one side, but it's still up for now. The biggest thing though is that we've got an issue with well, here I'll just show you. So she kind of brings you closer into the cabin, and you can see that not everybody is still in the cabin, so there are people like around the area setting up the shelters. So you guys are able to get into the cabin and it's not crowded, but you do see that Tice, one of the 2 adepts, has a long gash on his arm that is being tended to by Rena, and he kind of looks up at you, and they both look up at you, and Jet explains, she's like, it's not as bad as it looks. Rena's taken care of it. He'll be fine. It's not going to be that big of a deal, I don't think, but well, this morning, about an hour ago, before you guys showed up, we heard some noise coming from the cabin where we had put our provisions, so we had gone out to check on it, Tice and I. And when we got there, we saw Edrin was rummaging through some of the provision points there, and when he saw us, he kind of went a bit crazy, and he was trying to escape, and Tice grabbed his arm, but he pulled out a knife and stabbed it into Tice's arm, and then he ran out into the forest. And I took stock, and it looks like he took 7 provision points. She says it like that because you guys have all gotten into the habit of using provision points in the camp.
Yeah, the standard measurement, just like the 5-foot square system. We
took
all
7
grew
provision
up
points.
in near Mathis. We know how to measure food.
Yeah. He took 7 provision points from us, and we didn't chase after him. He had a knife on him. We didn't want to risk any more damage, so we're just tending to Tice's wounds here. And I just wanted to let you know that that's about the damage that we suffered. We lost a couple shelters, we lost a couple provision points, and Edrin is run off.
Edrin was the guy that we rescued?
Yes, Edrin was the guy you rescued a little bit ago. Yes.
Did he take anything else with him?
It doesn't look like it. I mean, it's hard to tell because a lot of the smaller things might have blown away just in the storm. But from what I took stock of, it only looked like he took a couple, 7 provision points and then ran off.
Did he run off into the storm?
No, he ran off just an hour or two ago. The storm had passed, but it was like in the very early morning. And then she holds out her hand. Is like, when Tice grabbed him, he managed to pull this off of him, and it fell to the ground. I don't know if you can make anything of it. I know, we all know what it is, but she hands it to you, and I'll just say you guys know, like you guys, most of you grew up in this area. You're all Nermathi. You just know that she's holding out a small ring with a signet, like a signet ring, and you can see the symbol of Malthun on the ring.
Yeah, so
And let me just say, before you say anything, I had plans for Edrin if Elwood survived. I had
bet.
plans for this. There was going to be blackmail and everything.
Oh, it would have been so good.
It would have been great, but yeah.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, there's honestly, I love Aiden so much, and playing him is really fun. It's nice to be my 18-year-old whiny self again, but goodness gracious, do I miss Elwood almost every session. I think, oh, if only it was Elwood, I'd be on the squad tactics. I'd be like handling this situation like we would have been so secure, so safe. He would have taken charge. And Aiden's just not that kind of character, so I've been feeling pained a lot. And then when I run into stuff like this, it's just like, oh, the drama would have been so good because nobody would know. Nobody would have known yet.
And she also says, yes, and one more thing that I just remembered here is that yesterday before the storm hit, Kyning didn't return to camp. She went off to try to clear a path towards those caves, see if we could start to migrate in that direction, but she never did make it back. And I don't know if she found shelter out there for the storm, and she just hasn't gotten back yet, or she ran into some other troubles. I'm not sure.
Aiden is actually livid and is just pacing around, shouting at the world.
Imagine what would have happened if you hadn't gone to the cabin. All your shelters gone, just all of them, just destroyed.
Yeah,
I would have done a whole lot if you guys didn't go to the cabin. Yeah, so she gives you this rundown of all this stuff that happened. What do you guys do?
Yeah, go ahead. You can talk.
She's gonna pull everybody aside from any others and say, we have to go after Kyning. If she got stuck in that storm, she could be hurt. She could be unconscious somewhere. She could have come across a wild animal like we did. I mean, whether you guys like it or not, she's part of this group. She's a valuable member of our group, and if she's in trouble, we need to help her.
I didn't just kind of like, I was like, yes, I understand. We will help Kyning, but he kind of starts pulling himself away from the conversation. We have to make sure everyone is okay here. And he's looking around, and he'll go to ask Jet, like, did anybody else get hurt or die or is missing? Are we just missing Edrin and Kyning? Like, he's trying to get tallies on what's happening.
Yeah, everybody seems fine. Luckily, because they were in the cabin, none of them had to worry about getting hit by anything in the storm. The cabin was able to bear the brunt of all of that damage. It could have been a lot worse. So the only injured person is Tice, but it's just a dagger wound to the arm with magical healing and whatnot. He and Rena are able to tend to that, so it's not like he's out of commission or anything.
Theros will kind of turn and nod to Orin and said, well, as I see it, my friend, you wanted to check out the caves anyway. That seems to be on the way. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't leave now and go try to find Kyning and maybe see if that might be another good shelter. This place isn't going to last any longer.
Alright, let's save her worthless skin.
I want to look at the ring from Malthun. It just bears the insignia, or is there anything else to it?
It's just the insignia of Multhune. If you happened to have been a member of the Multhuni military, you probably would have gained more information. But
Yeah, as if
unfortunately,
I
you didn't make a character that came from Multhune. So
So who's sieging Kragodon?
Multhune.
So would I know what it is? Since my
I'll give
home
you a.
state is currently under attack by Multhune.
I will give you either a knowledge history or a knowledge local.
Ooh, very nice. Good eye, dwarf.
Even if I'm not trained in them, can I take a base?
Are you trained in either?
No.
Then you wouldn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it be.
This is one of the things that it's not something that I would say is common knowledge enough.
Right. Definitely gotta have a rank in that.
Would Nyari, being from the realm of the Mammoth Lords, know anything about?
They are the foremost study on Multhuni military.
That's what I thought.
I want to make another character from Multhune though. No, just cause everyone should be from Multhune. I'm so mad for so many different reasons at once.
Yeah, right. Because I wonder what would have happened between him and Orin. Like eventually, if Orin found out he was from Multhune.
What I was going to do, I'll just tell you because it's never going to happen. What I was going to do is I was going to have Elwood wake up one day. He was going to have a mysterious letter. It was going to be anonymous, and it was basically going to be like, I know who you are. I know where you're from. And I know that the people here are not going to like knowing where you're from and what you've done and all this stuff. I want you to give me information. Blah, 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 blah. And basically, Elwood was going to be blackmailed by an anonymous source. And he was going to have to either figure it out. And even if he did figure it out, he'd still have to either somehow silently get rid of Edrin or whatnot. But it was going to start out with an anonymous blackmail against him.
That would have been so good. I'll tell you this. Actually, when I first drafted Elwood and I was like tracking his character arc and all this, I was like legitimately concerned that Nyari would kill him if she found out his involvement in the Ramgate massacre. I 100% thought that would happen.
I would have actively tried to get some PvP going if that had gone down that route, but it didn't.
Yeah.
She's still in the dark about it, and
yeah, will always be.
She likely would have tried to kill him.
Yeah, I figured that was the case. I think that she would have tried to kill him. I thought Orin might try to kill him. Yeah, I was scared.
Everybody in the camp would have wanted to kill you.
Right, but hopefully I would have gained some reputation at that point. Was my saving grace. But...
Yeah,
I was gonna say it would have been tough after the village to justify that though. Like that would
I don't think not for Nyari. Not for Nyari. Not for
Nyari.
Absolutely.
For Orin, I mean,
right.
Know.
Right.
Yeah, she lost everything because of him in her mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because she did a funeral honoring him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew that before I went into it, but that's what she would have done because her he was just somebody from near Mothis and from Phaendar, and he saved their lives, so he deserved a warrior's burial.
And now his legend is being spread across their Mathis as a hero of the people by way of bards.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's all his fault.
I love it. It's great.
How history unravels.
Yeah, it's really good. Authentic. But enough about that. Let's get to the events of the current story. So not being able to piece anything about that, Aiden's probably too frustrated to deal with it. He's probably like, I think at this point we've been betrayed so many times in a row. You know what I mean? So like, I think that his thought is like, well, obviously Edrin stole some stuff. Like now I've got to go kill him. Kind of like, I think it's his just immediate, not kill, but like his thought is just like, man, it's one thing after the next. You literally can't trust anybody in the Fangwood. And I think that when he would have previously been sympathetic towards rescuing the survivors of Phaendar that we know got out, I think at this point he's like, well, they probably died in the storm, and if they didn't, they're not worth saving, most likely, kind of thing. I think he's getting like really, really salty and bitter and just distrusting. He's found an inner Orin. Let's get ready for them sense motive checks. Holy
Yeah, I was gonna
cow.
say Orin doesn't trust anyone.
Holy cow, am I so mad?
Maybe Nyari, Theros, and Iden, but that's
'Cause,
about
like-
the extent.
Because here's the thing. I was thinking about that smoker. I was like, that might actually be good for us. Even mechanically, we could start preserving food for longer. And then we got 8 provision points, 3 because the DM was kind and generous, and we just lost 7. Do you know what that is? A net 1 for a whole day's of work.
Yeah, we had to go through all the stuff we just did
Yep.
to get a net 1 provision.
But again,
And we
you got to
still
think about
lost
it.
3 shelters. And we have to repair this roof. My gosh.
You got to think about it in terms of how would it have gone if you didn't do those things.
Oh, I know.
It would have been a net -7, a net negative 28 on shelters. It would have been way worse if you hadn't done those things.
Yeah, I know.
We put in the hard work.
Now we gotta go
So-
save Pining.
Yep.
So
So,
we
are you
don't
guys gonna go right?
technically- We don't know
Go ahead.
that icon's there, right? Like we don't know
You
any
do
of that.
not.
She hasn't reported back yet. But we
So
know she
you-
was headed toward those caves,
Yep.
right?
You know the direction she headed,
Okay.
so you
We
can.
know where we sent her. It's
Yeah.
just uncharted territory.
Yeah.
So mechanically, it'll cost double hexes to get there. That's all that changes. We just know where it is. You could pretend that this is a clear space and that these are black spaces, basically.
Sure.
So you guys heading out in that direction then?
Yeah.
I think we have to.
I mean, we check in. We do all the
Tiny.
pleasantries. We check in with Jet. We check in with Auburn. We check in with Sir Dehoodwall.
Oh yes. I'm Sir Dehoodwall.
You guys actually heard as you entered the clearing before any of this had happened. You could hear faint murmuring in the distance, and with your guys' perception checks, you would have recognized him introducing himself to a couple people.
Charisma 22.
Right.
But yeah, I will say, as you guys go out to try to track down Kining, you actually don't have to spend double movement because you can see on the trees and whatnot.
Oh, it's made that much of a clearing.
Well, it's not that it's made that much of a clearing, but you can see that there are markings on all the trees, very clear, distinct markings, and it looks like Kining has started to leave. Now she's done this so much, she started to learn how to leave better tracks. So now, even though she didn't report back, you can still follow her trails without spending double movement.
Great. Way to go, Kining. Real quick though, there's just some things. I think Iden will be curious. I don't want to talk to Auburn. He doesn't want to talk to Auburn. So he'll ask Sir Dehoodwall to try to get like a sense of morale after the events of the storm and having a place in the cabin and what plans they have to repair the roof, that sort of thing.
Yeah, he'll just say, "Oh yes, Iden, it's me, Sir Dehoodwall."
Yes, so it's good to see you, Dehoodwall.
Oh yes, you as well. That storm was quite a storm, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Here's the thing, Dehoodwall. We kind of have things that we need to do, but
Yes,
I
yes, of course.
I wanted to know how is everyone in camp doing, emotionally speaking?
Oh well, we're doing our best to get by. It could certainly have been worse. I'll tell you that much. It looks like people they're bearing with it. The fact that we weren't all blown away in the storm definitely helped. We're finding the bright side of things, I think. I wouldn't say that we're all celebrating or anything, but nobody seems to be quite,
Disgruntled.
yeah, not quite. I know that some of the people are getting a little bit nervous. It's been a couple days. You remember that the two Cleodon, Pharaoh, Jet, they ran into Gashma a couple days ago. They're a little nervous that it's going to happen again. They think that maybe the storm, would have riled them up or something. I don't know much about animals though, so I can't really say whether that's a thing that happens. But that's about as disgruntled as you get, and they're not putting up a fuss about it. They just kind of mumble to themselves every now and then. But I'd say for the most part, we're doing about as good as we can.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so he's just gonna bugger off. He was gonna ask about the wood, but then he remembered he was talking to Dude Wall. He was just gonna go on and on and on. So I was just like, whatever.
Ein's just over everybody. He's like, I don't
Yeah.
want to talk to Auburn because I don't trust her. I don't want to talk to Dude Wall because he doesn't shut up. I'm over everybody.
I don't think Aiden has any doubt for Auburn. I think Josh does, but Aiden has different reasons for not wanting to talk to Auburn right now. Yeah. Aiden and Auburn are technically very, I would say probably pretty close. They have the longest history together of anyone in this group. So.
Okay.
Well, I think we should follow the tracks that Kining left and see if we can see what happened to her along the way.
Yeah, Aiden's leading Jasper behind him and walking without his yes is going in that direction.
Auburn
Okay.
is very sourly grunting as he walks. Find Kining. Ugh.
Bow at the ready, great sword on his back. Who knows? He's just going. He's just over it all, man. He's gonna get people.
Okay, so you guys start moving out in that direction. So you spent 2 hexes to get to the cabin. There'll be
Mhm.
another 3 hexes to get to where the trail Kining left ended off. So if you guys go there, that's 5 out of your 16 daily hexes. And once you get to that hex, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Remember, this is the first time that it matters, but I get a bonus to my perception or to my survival to notice tracks.
Along the way, Nyari's gonna kind of rib on Orin and say, "You know, Orin, I don't know much about this subject, but I've heard people say that when a man and woman act coldly to one another, it actually means that they like each other."
I will kill you.
I'm laughing at my own joke. I don't see anything.
Okay. So as you guys get up to that hex, Nyari's too distracted coming up with jokes. But
All
the
day
other-
she's been coming up with jokes because she's been so
I
distracted.
Just in my head, she'll just walk a few feet and then she'll like giggle and then walk a little bit more.
That's 29 is the total because I'm getting half my ranger level to track, which I think rounds down, not up.
Yes.
That's too
Down.
bad. A 30 would have been really nice, but it's gonna be a 29 because the other 2 aids
Okay.
successfully.
Yeah. So with that, you're able to you get to the end of the trail that she left, and from that point you see tracks. You see 2 sets of tracks coming from the opposite direction, and then you see a little bit of a scuffle. So it looks like 2 tracks came to the position Kining was at. There's a bit of a scuffle, and then you see the tracks returning in the opposite direction, and you start following them, and you get about a mile further and you spot some creatures in the distance.
Uh-oh.
Everybody roll stealth checks.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, here it comes. Ready for that -5?
So I did not expect, but apparently Nyari's got a bit of a cute side. That's out of nowhere, Sarah.
Okay.
She's kind of fascinated by the exchanges that Orin and Kining have had.
She doesn't know much about dwarves, and right?
And she's my buddy now. We're buddies now. It's fine. It's fine.
So as you guys approach these figures, you see that it looks like 2 creatures that are like scaly,
Lizard people.
maybe slightly lizard-like.
Are they troglodytes, do you think? If we were to
I
guess.
mean, if only someone had knowledge local.
I don't know. Don't you think all this talk of lizard people and we see troglodytes that maybe we could make the inference just like our characters?
No, you can make the inference if that's what you want to do.
Gotcha. We
But
just wouldn't know
without
which.
knowledge local, I will neither confirm nor deny whether that inference is an accurate or misleading thing.
Sure. Why don't you describe what they look like to me?
Okay. They look vaguely humanoid. They're about 5.5 feet tall on average. They are gray skinned, very scaly creatures. They have long tails, and they're both carrying what look to be clubs, and they have a javelin on their back. And neither of them have any armor or anything like that on them. They're just wearing like loose robes, like cloths and whatnot. Very like hunter gatherer style vibe going on with them. And you see that kind of leading in front of them is what appears to be like a giant gecko or something, and it's kind of like looking back and forth and like scouting ahead for them. And they are dragging behind them the body of Kining.
Uh-oh.
Each of them has one of her legs, and they're just kind of dragging her along.
Does she look alive or dead?
It's hard to see from this distance, but as you guys get a little bit closer, you I'm not paying attention to what's going on there. I'm setting up the map because apparently I didn't put the tokens on there.
My love, no, he says.
You guys are getting a little bit. I'll just move you over to this map now. Where are we? Here we go.
Shame that stealth roll, though. Shame about that stealth roll.
Yeah. Ooh, I like the gecko.
I like the gecko.
Is that a-
Of
is
course,
that-
a
Can
druid
you
would.
blow the lizard person up? I'm curious.
I can.
The
Okay. You don't have
troglodyte?
That's fine. I just wanted to see what their face looked like. Oh, it's actually a full like lizard person.
Yeah.
I don't know, almost like a troglodyte,
The
maybe.
lizard folk they spoke.
I mean, it's really hard to tell. If only you had knowledge local.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
So
Doesn't-
go ahead and put you guys on the final row here at the bottom. And so what's going to happen is there's going to be a surprise round. And in the surprise round, only Aiden gets to act. They rolled a high enough perception to notice everyone except Aiden. And you guys are aware of all of them. So everybody roll for initiative. And Aiden will have a surprise round.
You're telling me my check of 4 didn't stealth them?
My gosh, can I roll
Fortunately, not.
good on an initiative, please? Darn
So
it.
Nyari has a 17.
I'm pretty sure
Not
Jason
178. No, goodness.
I'm pretty sure Jason somehow had locked my initiative into 11 because that is what I've rolled like the last 3 rounds.
Maybe he
I
put like a
secretly-
hard limit.
I secretly changed the way that your die rolls, so it rolls 1d20 plus your initiative, or 11, and it takes the lower.
That's how it works. That's how it works. Okay.
That checks out. That checks out.
Okay, so in the surprise round, move or standard action, Aiden, what are you going to do?
Oh,
You see these creatures down the distance there. You see a gecko in front of them, and you see them dragging Kining behind them.
Okay. He is going to make his presence known, and he is going to pull out his bow, and he is going to say, I've been having trouble with the voice today, so do be patient with me. But he's going to, what would he say? Like, I don't even know if they speak common. Like Josh doesn't know. I don't know.
While
if
you're
they do
rolling,
or
Josh, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, BRB.
not. Oh, sure. Well, I'll just wait for everyone. It's fine.
If
I was gonna say,
only,
if we're taking a quick bathroom
Yeah,
break.
let's just
gotta
take a
pee
break.
too.
if
Yeah.
only you had knowledge local to know whether or not they spoke common.
You think you're funny?
What an
huh?
oversight, you know?
What an oversight that I didn't choose a class with knowledge local. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, who does that?
Have I learned about these in my religious trainings?
Unfortunately, no.
The gist of what he says would be like, drop that dwarf. You know, like, I'm trying to figure out how you would actually say that.
Drop the dwarf, lizard scum.
He is gonna come bow drawn, and I think he'll just yell out like stop, like put her down kind of thing. And that's what he'll do.
Okay. That is the surprise round. We will go into the first round once everybody is back.
Do they seem to respond at all to my warning?
Yes, they will respond once everybody's back. The gecko rolled good initiative that time.
Good for the gecko.
They oh wow, they rolled fantastic initiative given their -1 modifier.
Still gonna go before most of us. If
Oh
not
yeah,
all
they
of us.
go before most of you, yeah.
If not all of us.
They rolled a 13.
Curses.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Man. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, I think Aiden thought he was acting as a
returned.
group, and he's acting solo here, obviously, because everyone else is lagging behind.
I'm back. What is with this like Mongolian throat singing?
Yeah, it's
I
great.
love it.
Yeah, it's so good. Every
It's like
time it
my
comes on,
favorite,
we
yeah.
say that. We say that every time. It fits as we're fighting these
Mongolian
troglodytes.
throat singing. It's the Who.
Doesn't
Is
it
that
fit
how they
as
say
we
their name?
fight
Who?
these
H-U?
troglodytes? These lizard people.
Lizard people.
Oh, snacks. I should have gotten snacks.
Okay. Everybody's back. So Aiden runs forward, draws out his bow, and then says, "Drop the dwarf lizard scum." And the gecko, the giant gecko up here, spins around as he does so, and looks at the other two lizard creatures, and they also spin around, and they start kind of like yelling out in a language I doubt any of you speak. What's everybody's languages?
Common.
Nope.
Yeah, I just don't speak it.
Common, undercommon, goblin, dwarven.
Ah, man, undercommon would make sense, but no.
Wait, he doesn't get undercommon? That's too bad.
Yeah, they are not speaking any language that you guys know.
I totally
they're-
thought he had it when he said that.
It's a very guttural language, lots of growls and barking and all that stuff that
I
I'm
missed
not
it.
gonna
Sorry, is
roleplay
Kining
out.
dead?
She's you don't know.
Oh, okay.
Can we?
One
Do you want me to
can only
roll a diplomacy check, or will it not matter?
Well, you did call them scum.
I did not. I did not.
I will say you cannot because you don't share a common language.
I'm pointing a bow at them. That communicates something, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely not diplomacy though.
All right, intimidate. I'll take that.
Okay,
Alright.
I'll give you an intimidate.
Yeah, I'll get on that. That's actually probably more accurate, to be honest. Not to mention I'm trained in intimidate, so okay, whatever. Okay.
They're subtly laughing
This
at you.
punchable kid just walks up and says, "Scum, drop
So
the
they're
door."
saying those things, and this gecko is going to come over here. Like, whoa. Ignore the zigzag. It just goes straight there. Allow me to just verify that geckos have. Oh goodness, they have lots of movement. That's interesting. So it's going to run over to you, and it's going to take a bite at you. It's going to nip at your leg. It's a 15. It's not going to hit, I don't think. And then Nyari, it is your turn. You see this giant gecko run up and try to bite Aiden.
Sorry, I'm eating. I mean, seeing Kining like that, she will probably rage.
Okay.
I'll enter a rage. I would like to rage. I want to play a barbarian just so I can say as calmly as possible. I enter a
would.
rage.
I would like to rage, but
Whisper it.
I would like to rage. You're like System of a Down. Wake up! I'm going to go on a rage now. You say this is music?
Aiden's gonna go and slay a gecko.
Yeah, so she's gonna do.
Does the language sound anything like Undercommon, or just completely foreign? Okay.
It is not.
That's too bad, but
unfortunately.
that is a good language to pick up. It doesn't come up too often, but I love the flavor of it.
Okay, so Nyari, that's going to be an attack of opportunity from the Gecko with a 14 to hit against Raging AC.
Oh, no, I don't think it's so anymore. You got that recent buff.
That's unfortunate.
For you.
Geckos don't have a super high to hit.
How about
Canary,
their
you
aces?
moved up there. What you going to do about
I already rolled it.
She
I rolled
rolled
a
it.
15.
She
15.
rolled an attack.
Mm-hmm.
Against which one were you going against? The gecko or the lizard man?
Oh, the lizard man.
Okay, that will just hit for 12 points of damage. Ouch. He's looking really rough. That was a lot of his hit points in one hit there. Okay.
Lizard scum.
So that is Nyari's turn. It gets hit and it looks super hurt. It is their turn.
Secretly, though, Orin's like, good, she's dead.
He runs up and
I don't think he's gunning for her stuff.
Coup de grace.
He's just like
coup de grace.
We all
It looks
look at him like running. It's like a slow motion scene. We see him running toward her, like, oh, he's going to check and see if she's. Oh no!
you don't tell
So-
anyone about this. Not one soul. She died to the troglodytes. You hear me? Okay, lassie.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Since you're more Scottish, I guess technically.
Yeah. So these guys are going to drop their clubs and they're going to come over to attack you. So the first one 5-foot steps and does a full attack, 2 claws and a bite.
Nice.
So the claw,
You do know they don't have to drop their clubs to do a natural attack, right?
they don't, but their bonuses to hit go so far down
No,
while they're
no,
holding
you're-
a manufactured weapon.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
So it's going to be a 20 to hit,
Yes.
a 14 to hit,
No.
and a 15 to hit.
No.
Wow, your raging AC is so high.
Not really.
You take
Roll against touch. You'll hit me every time.
3 points of damage, and then the other one just ran up and did 1 attack. So he's going to do 1 attack with his claw. Another 15 to hit, so that misses. That is their turn. Aiden, it's your turn.
I was just wondering why they were given weapons to and just not use. It seemed kind of weird.
They use their clubs for other things,
Got you.
like
No, you're-
non-lethal, knocking people out type of
knocking
things.
out dwarves.
Right, more like a tool too,
Yes.
maybe.
They
But
pick
if
it
they
up
are-
just to hit Orin.
If they're defending themselves and trying to kill people, they don't use the club.
Well, no, I just think that might even stand out to anyone about to fight them. Like, why would you drop your weapon to hit me with your fist? That seems kind of like a weird
Because
choice.
they have very sharp claws.
Looks
Yeah.
like they've got spears.
5-foot step.
Okay.
Drop that bow.
Okay.
Free action. Draw that great sword, and come
Okay.
on down on this gecko.
Okay.
Next turn.
Wow.
Next turn, I'll come down on that gecko.
Somehow that does miss.
Does a 14 though? 'Cause
Even
he's
with
flanking?
the 14 for the flanking.
That just hits.
Hey!
It's
For
a 14 AC.
minimum damage on that guy too, though.
12
only-
points of damage.
I only
Oh.
rolled minimum on the one die.
It had 11 hit points. It's just a giant gecko.
Now it's a dead giant gecko.
Not a lot to it.
Are
I think
they tasty?
Rip Nuggets gecko was beefier than that.
It's a bite plus 2, 2d4 plus 1 damage, only 11 hit points. Yeah. Yeah. It's not a big thing. It's just a gecko. And Orin, you're up.
Charging needs to be in a straight line.
Yes. So you could technically charge to this square behind Nyari and hit this one.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, because there's nothing there's nothing in the way, like there's nothing blocking you in that line.
Sorry, you can't charge Kining because Aiden's in the way.
Right? Coup de grace as soon as I get up there.
So this will have a +2 to hit.
Whoa, boy!
That'll hit.
That's good.
And is that the one that she hit before? Or did she hit the one in front of her?
I hit.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't know.
I hit.
Which one was here?
Yeah, I thought you had been hitting that one. Okay, so 7 to the
Yeah.
other one.
Well,
Okay.
which one was here? Did this guy take a 5-foot step
Yeah,
over?
that guy 5-foot stepped. Yeah.
That's the one she hit.
Okay, so it's a fair amount of damage on that one. It's not looking great. Theros and Volus, you're up.
Okay.
This is reminding me of a different song.
I can hear
Almost
your
doesn't
cat.
Kining look delicious.
He's climbing the walls again.
Oh, I totally forgot about this one thing. Before we go any further, everybody roll me a fortitude save real quick.
Nice.
Ooh, retroactive
Fortitude.
Proactive 2 fortitude saves.
for
Uh-oh.
everyone.
Yes, everybody within 30 feet.
Two.
Ah, darn it.
Okay.
And,
So
Okay, mine were a 7 and a 15, so I'm pretty sure I failed something.
it is DC 13.
Okay.
So I think everybody failed once. Theros and Volus.
oh wait,
Theros,
we need to
roll a
roll
second
twice?
one.
Okay.
Yeah, Volus failed on the first one, so no need to bother. Okay, so Theros is the only one not affected by this, but everybody else is sickened for 10 rounds.
By the smell.
Yes, you get close to these creatures and they smell disgusting. They are it is so putrid that you're on the verge of just wanting to throw up. It's terrible how these things smell.
I don't think it inputted sickened right. What does
Yeah, it
sickened-
doesn't. Just remember it's -2 on everything.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
basically
it
minus 2
doesn't-
on everything.
The condition doesn't work.
So technically that gecko should have still been alive.
Well, technically, you forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was way too much snark than was necessary.
Anyways, go ahead and continue your turn, Theros and Volus.
Does moving here doesn't evoke an attack of opportunity, right?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
You only provoke when you move through a threatened square, not into.
or leave.
Yeah, through. That would be moving through a threatened square.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, because you'd be in it and you'd be leaving it. That's moving through it.
No, that's not what through means.
Yeah, that's what through means.
So
disagree.
Theros will attempt to swing his scimitar at it.
Okay.
Get that crit damage and that. Ooh, not that crit damage, but that'll
'Kay.
hit. That'll play. That'll play.
That'll hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's looking bad. They're both looking not great.
And then can I take a 5-foot step? Here?
You had to move there. You can't
Oh,
take a
okay, yeah,
5-foot
that's
step in the same turn that you moved.
Right. And Volus moved here, so he'll get 1 attack.
Gets 1 hit.
Get that bite in.
Okay,
Nice.
and that one is dead.
That'll play too.
You took the -2.
Yeah, because the 17 hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm talking
and-
about damage though.
Does it take
Oh.
rotated damage?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Sickened does. It
That
does.
changes things.
Does
It's
sickened
still up. Barely, but it is still up. And Nyari, it is your
How
turn.
are we supposed to live in a cave that formerly belonged to these things? if we even did.
You have to go on a quest to get Febreze.
Can we just have like a Glade aerosol can with us the whole time?
Okay,
Summon
real quick
Glade.
though. Do natural attacks count as weapons? Because I don't think they do.
What the heck are you talking about?
What? What are you talking about?
Okay, are you ready for this? This is the worst ruling I've ever come up with ever, but I'm gonna
I'm just
fight for
taking
it.
my turn. That's a miss.
That is a miss.
Oh wait, no, it's just right there. It's on attack rolls, weapon damage rolls. So your natural attacks aren't a weapon.
They are 100% a weapon.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know
Also,
about
that's like the 15th natural one I've rolled tonight, so.
Yeah, Josh, it just distinguishes so
sorry,
that your
Sarah.
magic missile
That's
doesn't
rough.
take a -2 to damage.
That's too bad.
But yeah, that Nyari is going to miss very
Barely.
much. It is now their turn. One of them is going to 5-foot step over here. He reaches into the cloth of his clothing, and you see that he pulls out a feather,
Oh no.
and he throws the feather into the air, and it transforms before your eyes into a small bird
Oh, shoot.
that then flutters away and is gone.
That's not good.
That's really bad.
On the scale of good to bad, that's definitely bad.
So that bird flies gonzo, and then the other guy's going to 5-foot step over here and take a full attack against Nyari again.
I would have really
I
liked to
deserve that.
Actually, no. Is he going to do that? I'm going to roll a thing. Odds he'll do that. Evens he'll go after Theros. Because
I don't
you're
know.
flanking him.
Yeah, because he's flanked, so he's probably on him when I get out there. Probably.
Yeah, so he's actually going to move over here more out into the open because of the even number I rolled. And he's going to take 3 attacks.
Mm.
The claw. It's an 11.
Nope.
It's an 8.
Nope.
And that's a 14.
They messed
That's
with
my
the
AC.
wrong group of adventure.
You take 3 points of damage.
I got a glottal stop in there, Andrew.
And that is their turn. Aiden, you're up.
Yeah, I'm
You
up.
see this bird fly away. If only you had kept your bow out and readied in action to shoot
Bring
any
it down!
birds.
Bring it down!
You wouldn't have let me anyway. If I had the bow out, I'd be like, "Can I shoot it?" You'd be like, "No, it's gone."
If you had taken the time to ready in action to shoot any birds that flew away, I would have let you because there's no way you would have thought to do that.
Unless I read the AP. That's the
Yeah.
only way.
Yeah.
I don't have charge here, or I do have charge there.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
I'll
weird,
charge.
but yeah.
Okay, I'll charge. Negate the -2, so you don't have to add it into this attack.
Okay.
Oh,
good.
there it is.
Goodness.
Sickened. -2 penalty on weapon damage.
Oh, so it doesn't change it. It just writes it in there.
Yeah.
No, but it does. Oh, doesn't. What's the...
It
is that
doesn't.
power attack?
Oh, no, it does. It's in here. There's a -2 modifier on it.
But not in your damage.
Yep. Not on the damage, but on my to hit, but not on my character sheet. Wow, they really. Whew, boy,
were
the
you-
damage is going up.
Were you power attacking though? Or is that in
Yeah.
the 7?
Oh, maybe that's the power attack.
That's
that
the
gets
power
minus-
attack, so it's
That's
not
the-
actually.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's a 19 to hit.
That will hit, and that one is dead.
10 points of damage.
It is dead.
It's dead. He comes down, kind of swiping to the left of Theros as he rings around, and then full arc into the side of that guy as he finds purchase and strikes him, crashing him to the ground. Probably doesn't have enough force to like slice him in half, so it probably just like crashes him into the ground as he comes through and he starts bleeding out.
Okay.
Nice.
Orin, you're up.
Carnage.
Carnage was the most recent
Move up.
HeroClix set, and it was fire. Actually,
Nice.
Nice.
And swing the old mace and do nothing.
That is going to miss.
Close.
Oh yeah, right on the edge. But yeah, that's
Of
that's gonna
glory.
miss.
But we did make it.
Okay, and next up it is Theros and Volus. Can they land any attacks?
Find out next week. Kining's so dead, also, by the way. I guarantee it.
Is Theros standing on her body?
Yeah. He's straddling the dead body.
She's like just standing like that.
Guys, 5
He
feet
makes
is a
steps
lot
in
of
her
space,
face.
okay?
He breaks her nose.
That's when she wakes up with Theros just standing over top of her.
Oh man, HR would get a message real quick after that.
No, she stands up and Theros is now on her shoulders. It's great.
No, she stands up and ejects him into the nearest 5-foot space.
Just yeets it
I
into
can't
the
get there without an attack of opportunity, right?
If you're trying to get into a flanking position, no, you'll provoke to do that.
That's what I
Because
thought.
of this. Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
you-
I figured.
you
I'm
can
slowly
move
picking
5
up what's threatened and what's not. Okay.
You can move 5 feet in though with a 5-foot step and not provoke. So that's your two choices: provoke, get into flanking, or don't provoke and don't flank, but get an attack in.
You can straddle the other lizard man.
You could also try to roll acrobatics to not provoke, but if you fail your acrobatics, then you're.
Can Volus
You
get
wouldn't
there?
have enough movement because yes, Volus can get there because you can move through allied
I'm gonna have
squares.
Volus attack first with bite.
Okay. That'll hit. And it only had 1 hit point, so that is enough
Well,
to...
Once again,
What?
with the second.
That'll miss.
This is the last time. I swear, this is the last time I remind you. Else, I'm gonna take everything I get.
Well,
It's
it's kind of our fault for not
It is.
having it
Some
programmed.
of them have it
So.
on the attack. And actually didn't... Oh, no, Theros is the one who succeeded. Volus did fail. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, then I guess I'm gonna try the scimitar one more time. Yay!
There we
That will
go.
hit and
That'll play.
goes down.
That's the first time Theros has killed something like himself in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for that one time he got that crit and saved his dad's life. He really hasn't
That's what
been
I'm
out
saying.
for
Yeah,
blood.
in the
Yeah.
village. It's been since like
Yeah.
the village. Since
he got one kill when we were saving the kids too.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Yes, yes,
Got
yes.
another
Shouldn't have
crit there.
saved the kids. Mm-mm.
Clearly,
They have done
Edrin's-
nothing yet.
All right,
Edrin.
just think about it from
Yet.
the point of survivability. We got 2 kids, which is what, 2 more mouths to feed. We lost 7 provision points. I'm only seeing net negatives because what do kids add to the team?
Nothing.
But that's
Nothing.
not what heroes think.
Yeah.
Basically, we're saying that Josh Allen is not a hero.
That's how very plus ultra of you, Josh.
It's not very plus ultra. It's very practical, okay? If we were in a different world, in a different kingdom, and I had a neutral alignment,
That's why you're not the #1 hero yet.
Listen,
Yeah.
Bakugo thinks that way, and he's still a hero.
he's an anti-hero, kind of, but he's also a hero, technically.
I won't say anything, but just wait.
I'm excited.
New season
Okay.
trailer. Anyway, what's going on?
So you guys fell these 3 creatures, and you see Auburn there. You guys.
Auburn, where did she come from?
Auburn, you
You knew it. She
See?
was with them the whole
I
time.
was right.
I was
I
skimming
was
something, and I read Auburn as I was skimming, and it was not that. You
He
see
was skimming
Kining.
the plot against us.
Yeah.
You see Kining there,
Mhm.
and she appears to be unconscious. You guys, with your healed checks, you'd be able to find out that she is breathing, but it looks like she has been knocked unconscious, probably by those clubs. She has several bruises on her forehead and shoulders. Probably she got beat up a bit and then just knocked unconscious, but she is breathing. She is alive.
Tell me, can you eat a gecko?
No.
Oh.
Eat
Sarah,
all
he
the
is
things.
a humanoid. All right, we're getting into cannibalism.
No, I'm talking about the gecko, not the
Is she
troglodytes.
stabilized?
Oh, geckos? You can totally eat geckos. Yeah.
She
You
is
can very
stable,
much
yeah.
eat.
Okay.
Can you eat a dwarf? Female dwarf
Mm.
that might be knocked out. And now the
Uh,
bluff comes in. I just have to bluff Nyari.
Here's
I
some
don't know where I got
delicious
this meat.
bear meat.
Would you
Yeah.
like some stew?
Bolus is still alive. Stay away from him.
Oh, this one's for Kining.
No, this is Kining.
Oh,
She's
he
just
said
saying
something
it's
about bear.
meat.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just bear meat. It was a callback. It wasn't meant to
Yes.
threaten
Alright,
Bolus.
alright,
No.
okay, don't provoke. So she's unconscious. You said, Jason?
Yes, she is unconscious, but she appears to be stable.
Okay.
Leave her here.
How do we suppose we wake her up? Is it
Don't
just
you have the wand?
is it just from injuries?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She's like 1 or 2 points down, basically.
And I'll use the wand of cure light wounds, a charge of that.
While that's
Channel
going
energy. I
on,
bring everything back alive.
well, while that's going on, I'm investigating the bodies and the corpses, looking for loot and any more clues about the Children of Stone.
Okay. You're looking through their bodies, and really, they don't have a lot on them.
That's 5 for kind.
Okay, so she is up at 3 hit points.
Do you think that we should question them? Should we bring one back up and question it after we tie it up?
I do not think that they speak common, Nyari. I wonder about that.
As he's going through and picking one up and probably like disgusted by the smell.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
This is retching.
Yeah, the one is already dead. Like, he was dead. The other one is still bleeding out, but again, it didn't seem like there was a common language before, but you aren't 100% sure about that because nobody has knowledge local.
Hmm.
I mean,
Kind
until
of-
we decide, I'll go ahead and stabilize the one that's bleeding out. Till we decide.
Kyning, are you okay? What happened?
She kind of opens her eyes and she's like taking a moment to gather herself, and she sees you. She kind of looks around. She sees everybody and the fallen captors. She says, "Aye, lassie, I'm all right. Oh, my head. Oh, goodness. These guys, they were coming at me, and they overtook me. The small dwarf legs weren't enough to get away. They seem to be coming from the direction that I was heading. Those caves. I think these are probably members of that troglodyte tribe that lives there that you guys were talking about." Yeah, I was leaving a trail here. I'm glad you guys were able to find me. I thank you for that. I shudder to think what they would have done if you hadn't come for me.
Well, we probably should get you back to camp as soon as possible so that you can rest.
She says, that would be nice, yes.
I don't think that we should continue as we are. We need to get Kyning back. I would like to make it to the caves, but I think it would be best to go back to the camp right now and then start fresh again.
Ian is visibly frustrated and removes himself from the conversation. He doesn't want Kyning to misunderstand, but he does not want to go back.
It's okay, the adults will have a conversation.
That's fine. You're only what, 4 years older than me?
I
6
think
years?
6.
6, whatever. You're my peer. You just shut up. Oh man, but yeah, I know he does storm off and has a little pissy fit, just like I did.
I also wonder, when we had gone back to the camp before, I saw, shoot, what's his name? Hubier? Who's the guy that's actively dying?
I think that is Hubier.
No, Talden. Hubier's the one that
Okay.
just saved, yeah.
Okay.
Talden.
I saw Talden. He is not looking very good. It seems he cannot shake this sickness like the others can. I'm wondering, and I know this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I'm wondering if the Hermit would have anything that might be able to help him stave off this disease that he's fighting. I know Dehudwal said that he went there and she was not very receptive, but perhaps if we were to go and speak with her, maybe she has something that we could trade with her for. I am very worried about him. I don't know how much longer he can make it in these conditions, suffering as he has.
That seems as good a plan as any at this point.
I didn't know last.
what should we do about the one that is still alive?
Well, I don't know if it's best to take it into the camp. Maybe we could take it with us and try to communicate with it outside of the camp, outside of the sight of the others. Um, I want to know why it would have attacked Kining, and I don't want to go into these caves and wreak havoc and kill mercilessly, but
Based upon what we know of the letter that York was carrying, isn't it prudent to assume that they probably have already received another such letter by now? They probably are looking for other survivors and just capturing or killing those they find. The fact that they didn't kill her right away seems to indicate that they had some other use for her.
perhaps. I don't know if we stopped York from getting there, I don't know if they would have sent someone else to speak with them. And even then, who's to say that they would have agreed? Perhaps Kyning got the jump on them and they were doing similar to what we're doing with him. Maybe they just wanted to question her to see why she's this deep into the Fangwood.
Aiden will look over to see Kyning's reaction to that, or if she chimes up.
Her reaction to
When Nyari suggests that maybe Kyning got the jump on them and then they attacked in response or something.
oh no, she basically explains that she was making her way, heard something, and kind of like snuck into the bushes, but they spotted her and then chased her down. And I actually rolled for that. You guys took 10, so it was DC 15, and they were able to beat the DC 15 with their perception checks. I then rolled for Kyning, and if we had rolled instead of taking 10, she probably wouldn't have been noticed. That encounter could have gone one of two ways. It could have been you guys meet up with Kyning, and she's stalking them, or she can be spotted, and it's like we had it here.
Gotcha. Well then, I guess Theros would just say, well, either way, the point remains that we probably should find whatever help we can for our sick companions, and again, what's her name?
Kyning?
No,
The witch? The hermit?
The hermit, thank you.
Yes.
The hermit
I
seems
don't
as
know.
good a place to start as any.
I do not want to talk to the hermit.
And he starts getting Jasper ready to go back to camp.
You can stay with the camp if you do not want to make the journey with us.
No, I will go.
And he's walking.
Okay.
Kyning, are you all right?
Says, "Aye, lad, well, no, I'm not all right, but I'm alive, and that's more than I could say that I would have been had you not come for me here." And then she kind of looks at all four of you, and then she looks at Orin a little bit longer, and she kind of like makes a grunt and whatnot, but then eventually she does kind of force herself into saying, and she says, we have our differences, but thank you for rescuing me."
He'll just look back at her and just also grunt, like, don't make a habit of it. And he'll start marching back to the camp. He's not real psyched to go back to the camp either, but he also really doesn't like the idea of someone dying because we don't have the supplies that we need.
Yeah,
And
I
it
don't know.
was the start of a great friendship.
Well,
Doubtful.
You can braid each other's beards.
What did I miss?
a great scene, actually. A great scene, actually.
Kyning and Orin had a moment.
They had a moment. The beginning of their fostering love.
Oh no.
So what are the rules for PvP? What are the rules for that?
Guess I'm bringing in a backup.
Oh dear. Me too, maybe.
Kyning, thank you as well. You have been very helpful to us, and We have found many provisions because of you. We would not have been as successful if not for your scouting, and I am sorry that we put you in harm's way.
She kind of looks up at you and roll a sense motive.
Yeah, I know what's happening.
A single tear rolls
Oh,
down.
No, she's not being. No, this is not her being swayed to kindness. This is her being like, "Oh, you gonna make me go out and do all this stuff?" Does Sicken affect my skill checks actually though? Question mark.
I mean,
It
it was only
does.
it's only 10 rounds, so it wouldn't be there. So
Okay.
17. You
Count.
can tell that when she says this, uh, she says in classic like dwarven stubborn type of thing. She kind of like waves you off. She says, "Oh, I'm just doing what's best for myself. I'm just trying to survive it here on my own." And she kind of says it in such a way that you get the idea that she's not used to taking compliments.
Oh, that's so
'Cause
cute.
So
so ugly.
she's kind of like rebuffing you just because that's like how she acts to most people. She's not really sure how to take a compliment. She's just like, I'm just doing what's best for myself. And she kind of like waves you off or something. But you get the sense that she appreciates your words and she understands the situation that everybody's in and that what she's been doing is important.
Oh, did she reveal? I'm sorry, maybe I missed it. Did she? Never mind. We're on that square. Never mind.
I did find out sickened does work. It just is calculated very weird in the future when we have that. It's calculated on the roll, not in the character sheet for some reason. If you go back and look through, you'll see because my power attack does not normally have a negative added to it. It's added to the attack to begin with on the character sheet. The roll doesn't actually get modified. So
Yeah, but it didn't calculate the damage roll.
no, but it adds a little note. -2 penalty on weapon damage rolls. Everything else it auto calculates. So just for future
It didn't do the attack correctly either, though, I don't think, because your
It
power
does.
attack is a -1.
Nope, because my power attack is added into my character. So watch, if I just do this with a regular power attack and you hover over it, it won't have any negatives in there.
Okay.
Now if I add the sickened condition, it's going to be a -2 after this. And I still have power attack on. There you are. And if you hover over it, it's got the -2. And if you do the math, it adds up.
So why did you have a +7 on the other attack then?
Hmm?
The other attack had +7 and then the -2, but these ones only have +6 and then.
Nope, no +7s.
Nope, that's what it says right there.
It says +7.
Actually, you're right. Why does it say +7?
I smell a cheater.
No, it's not a cheater. If I don't have power attack on, then it's a 7. So it might not have been checked on accident. That's possible.
Yeah, it didn't look like you had power attack for that one. Okay, anyways. So it seems like it does kind of work. Just in a weird way. Okay.
Yep. So just as a heads up.
So you guys are moving back to camp then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's another 3 hexes. So you've now spent 8 out of your 16. So you still have 8 hexes left. You make it back to camp. You drop off Kining. Everybody is really relieved to see that she is okay. You were asking about morale before. It definitely boosts morale to find that, the heroes went out and this time they didn't come back with someone dead or anything like that. So despite Kining not necessarily having the most popularity in the group, just the fact that you were able to rescue her at all definitely does boost the morale a little bit.
Did we all see that thing with the bird, or was that only?
Yeah, you all definitely would have seen the bird go and then fly off at like a very fast speed because birds have an incredible fly speed.
Yeah, so I think we would just maybe tell Aubryn or somebody that we might need to be extra cautious because whatever it is that we fought, it seems they sent a message perhaps somewhere else.
Okay. Aubryn will nod, and it looks like she has gotten to the point where she's recovered enough from her wounds that she's able to move about more easily, and she's helping around camp and being probably the most perceptive, she's spending a lot of her time just like looking around, making sure nobody comes to ambush the camp. She says, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll make sure that anybody who comes by will they won't be coming by unseen. At least not during the day when I can see. Actually, I take that back. I can't see.
You're
So
blind.
actually, all of the things that I said were just a joke. I like to joke about stuff like that.
Wait, who's blind?
No,
I
Auburn's
totally
been
forgot
blind
about
this
that.
whole
Yeah.
Oh right.
I forgot.
Auburn, she's not blind, but she can only see like 30 feet because of the condition with her eyes.
Hmm.
So actually, she has the least perception in the group.
Oh my
And she has
goodness.
not been spending her time doing any of the things that I said. So just ignore that entire conversation.
I totally forgot about that though. Her
I
vision's
did as well.
probably-
I forgot.
That
I was like,
would've-
oh,
so
she's a
funny.
ranger. No.
I
That is-
totally forgot because she's blind. That would have probably changed a lot of the conversations I didn't had with her. Or at least the undertones would have changed. And I imagine the way he greets her too is probably
Yeah.
more like he probably touches her arm or whatever,
Mhm.
like gets her attention more than just saying hey. But
Yep. She is functionally blind. She can still see, but it's like anything beyond 5 feet has like concealment from her, basically. Because
It's like when you wake up a blind deaf dog by putting your hand in front of its nose. He just
Yeah.
like, puts his hand in front of her nose. Auburn, it's me, Sarah. I did.
I could smell you.
you ruined a great moment, Sarah. Boo.
I mean, to be fair though, we may have residual troglodyte
I was
smell
gonna
on
say,
us.
she
so-
goes, "What smells like troglodyte?"
Yeah.
We're like, oh, that's what those were. We couldn't tell.
Right.
We don't have knowledge local, so we had no idea.
Okay.
So what's the
Do
plan
we-
now?
I think. Well, it
How much
depends.
check do we have? Because we had to double back.
You have,
We have
8
8.
hexes left.
Do we have enough to get un, deux, trois, quatre,
You have enough to
cinq, sept,
get to
huit,
the
neuf?
hermit for sure,
Yeah.
but you won't have enough to get all the way back. You'll be 1 or 2 hexes away.
And we said we didn't want to leave them alone at the nighttime.
Added thing.
They'll
What are
be
we gonna
fine for
trade,
one
really?
night by themselves, you know?
What are we?
Yeah, That's kind of how I feel. Like,
What are we really gonna trade with the hermit, though? Is what I feel. Like
We
what
have
is-
a ridiculous amount of money.
And we've got like gemstones and stuff. I don't know
Yeah.
if she would.
I'm
want
not
any-
about to.
She like
Well,
shiny.
Aiden probably would, but gemstones is a lot of GP for what is functionally
What are we gonna spend gold on? We're in the middle
magic
of the
items when we
forest.
finally get out of this.
That's a big win. When we get out of this.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's the next closest city to us?
Maybe she can use grease and prestidigitation, so we can give her those wands that are useless.
The closest city to you is 120 miles.
Yeah.
Actually, no, 150. Sorry, 150 miles.
Well, then there's Fort Travale. That's
What about the alchemical goods that we have? Don't we have like
Well, yeah, we have
bunch.
like 500 gold worth of those. We've got clothing dyes if she wanted any of those. We could take. Oh, I don't know if we'd want to trade some of the animal skins or not, but
Yeah, we just got some extra furs. I'm inclined to think that we trade furs, alchemical reagents, or dyes, or like craft or kits that we don't need as what we bring. Because I think that the 3 reasons I'm in favor for that are: 1, she might actually have a reasonable use for them, like it wouldn't just be a blind offer for money that she might reject on principle. 2, the economy of what I think it would be worth to us is like in character makes sense. You know what I mean, kind of thing. And we can take the gemstones with us as like if all else fails, we can be like, come on, like we'll do anything to do this guy.
or
We kill her, yeah,
we murder hobo like we've done for the last 2 shelters,
yeah.
and we just kill her because that's apparently our MO.
But no, I think that those 3 items are definitely our best
Who has
bets,
the-
and we can take them on Jasper and the
So is
Haversack
the
really easy.
best diplomacy?
I think she would like a worn scholar's robes that had previously been
Oh,
on
yeah.
a corpse.
Yeah, obviously. Well, we
Smells
don't
like
have to put it on
death.
the corpse.
Well, we'll see when we meet her what she might like and what I might want to do if I
Oh,
meet her.
hold up, everybody. I thought about this during our one combat. Are we formally giving the boots of striding and springing to Orin?
Oh, we had to divvy up more loot than just that, actually.
Because I vote that it goes to Orin.
I agree.
What was that? I missed it. What?
The boots of striding and springing.
Oh, do we have the full set finally?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
the other boot in the cabin.
Against the white.
It would be nice to have for myself because my base land speed is higher, but my movement is impeded by armor. But if we give it to Orin, we can maybe consider moving the armor situation around and get some more hexes per day.
Yeah, but here's my thought. Orin's the healer. He needs mobility to
Yeah,
heal.
no. I'm all.
You
I'm all
have
for it.
ranged options. You can stand back and shoot things. So I
I'm
feel
all
like it
for it.
makes more
Yeah.
sense. If you guys want to roll off, I'll participate
can
and
roll
give them
off.
to Orin.
No, I'm all for it. Orin can definitely take it. I'm just
I
saying.
vote that they go to one of my monsters.
No.
I
Mm-mm.
don't think
We give them to Kining.
Just
Kind
Wolf wearing a pair of shoes.
I would let Kining go an extra 2 hexes a day if you did that.
Not
I will
worth it.
kill all of you.
I don't know.
We
That's-
are not giving Kining those boots.
I don't know. An extra 2 hexes a day is not insignificant. That's 5 hexes of exploration, actually, though. For real.
Don't we get more exploration for us if I wear them because we lose some because of my
Oh, I could ride Jasper, maybe. But-
like my speed, right, Jason? Like we lose 2 because of me only having 20 speed, right?
Yeah.
I think Aiden only has 20 speed too.
Well, I would let you guys bypass that if Aiden rode on Jasper, but Jasper would no longer be able to carry things for you.
Yes. Well, actually, though, I can do a forced march, which maybe we could just let that count as being able to move further with that endurance feat that I got.
I could consider that, since endurance is almost useless otherwise.
That's the only reason I'm fighting for something here.
I could consider that if you gave them to Orin. I would still have you roll a forced march, but you would.
Yeah. I'll take the forced march.
What are these boots of what?
Striding
boots
and
of-
springing.
Yes, striding and springing.
And skipping. You have to
Yeah.
skip everywhere, or
Because
You have
I'll
to
be
skip.
the only one that'll be lagging behind, which that actually adds an element because we've been just taking 10 on our exploration because we've been able to do it. Now we do have something to roll each day. If I am able to push through, we can get an extra 2 hexes of movement. That makes
Yep.
sense. I like that.
I think it would actually be an extra 4 the way we did it.
Yeah, it'd be an extra 4. So yeah, I like that a lot. I'm down for that.
So, next question. Should
we-
we... Oh, what? Hmm?
I was gonna say, technically, he would have been wearing them if he wanted to do that. If that's what you were gonna say, Jace.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll a survival. If you can all get a 20, I think it's a 25 DC. Then
I'll aid.
I'll aid.
I'll aid.
If everyone aids and I take 10, we get it.
Oh, I rolled a natural 1. Gross.
Nice.
Cause taking 10, I get it. Cause I have plus 10 to my
Orin and
survival
Nyari really vibing with those crits.
because of favored terrain.
okay, yeah, just roll it for me anyways. But probably that's fine.
Okay. I mean, okay. It's fine, really.
Okay. With a 36, you're able to. We'll say that you can get the extra 4 hexes.
And,
Roll the Constitution check against the forced march.
Yep, and I get a plus.
No idea what the DC is.
I don't know what the DC is.
It's probably like an hourly thing.
I think it's an hourly thing, so I would
In
technically.
a day of
only-
normal walking, blah 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 blah. A character can walk more than that for each hour beyond 8.
So it'd be 1 hour.
DC 10, and then another 2 each time.
So it would be a DC 10 technically,
Uh,
or 2, or maybe a
I'd
DC
say-
12.
I'd say DC 10 and DC 12. So just roll 2. You probably can't fail on a natural like 3 or lower.
I would say, can I
'cause
not
of your
take
plus
10?
4.
Or
On a Fortitude save, no.
it's a Fortitude save?
Yeah, it's a Fortitude save.
Okay.
Or is it a Constitution check? I think it might just be, it's just a constitution check, but you can't take 10 on constitution checks.
Okay.
Anyways, you rolled a 15, that's enough. The second one was a 4 plus whatever yeah, so that's fine. So you don't have to worry about the forced march item, and you guys are able to get that +4. So you have 12 hexes left, right?
So we can get there and back. So I am down for this plan.
Yep. So you can
Can
get to
we? It's only 6 away.
Yeah.
It's only 5 away. So
Oh.
yeah, you could
Yeah.
make it all the way there and back. Yep.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2,
Good
3,
stuff.
4, 5.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
All right. So that boost of striding really did come in clutch for us, in a real sense. That's not
It's
cool.
only 25 feet away.
Well, I liked how he moved through the non-hex map too to get there. Like we kind of just he pressed Q, but he didn't go through the hexes. I don't think.
We're in the camp. She was just around the corner.
Oh darn, we were so close.
Why are we back at this camp?
Oh, scroll
Real
right-
quick, remember everyone, the tradable goods that are on the table
Oh, we're over here. Okay.
are the furs. We grabbed a handful of the alchemical reagents. We got them in the handy haversack. And do we have any kits that we can take with us?
You mean like healing kits?
Any kits? Yeah, healers kits, alchemical kits, kits that we don't
They
need.
were.
I think we should keep the healers kits for
Yeah.
us. Alchemical, we don't have any of that. I currently have the agates, amethysts, bag of caltrops, blanket, bottle of fire ward gel, climber's kit. Oh, I
Take
want to keep that. Never mind. Clothing dyes, compass, dagger, fine woolen cloak. There's a whole bunch of stuff. We've got plenty to barter with.
Take the Fireworld jail too. That sounds good.
She
Yeah,
looked
yeah, that's in there.
grumpy.
Who looks grumpy?
She's
She's clearly undead. She is
Holy
undead.
crap.
That is a lich if ever I've seen one.
that Veld is
Consecrate.
We should have brought the
She is
shaving
undead.
kit.
So you guys make it to this shack that Sir Dehudwal went and directed you on how to get there. And you guys come to this clearing and you see this this shack. You see an old lady standing outside, and she looks up, she sees you, and you see her squint and then like roll her eyes. And then she immediately turns into the cabin and closes the door real quick.
Oh my gosh, I'm not. Oh my gosh. Okay, everyone. Once again, this comes with a hey, I love you all, and
Destroy
forgive-
her.
yeah,
Destroy her.
forgive me for whatever Aiden might do.
You're good, man. I understand the it can separate.
Like, she may not have much patience, but I'm pretty sure our patience is non-existent for this kind of behavior, like at all. After everything we've gone through.
By the way, what is our HP? It seems as if we all got fulled up, but I'm not. Oh, maybe that's true. Yeah, I didn't get hit. Just kidding. That's true.
Yeah, now I already took a little.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
mostly fine. Only 2 of you are down like a couple hit points.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, that was not quite the reception I was hoping for.
Who here has the highest diplomacy?
No,
I have a
I have a
key.
different. I have a different approach in mind.
Oh gosh.
Listen, I do not think we should run in swords blazing. I wanted to say guns blazing, but I don't think
Swords blazing.
swords sharpened. This is her home. We are not trying to take her home from her. We're just trying to exchange if she has anything that might help us. So please don't ruin this.
Real nice cabin she's got there.
Where is that coming from, Nyari? I will not ruin this. I promise you that.
And he starts walking forwards.
Come on,
Well,
Jessica.
You've been a bit sour lately, so I'm
Yeah,
just
it's-
saying.
He takes an exaggerated deep breath.
There. All better.
And he keeps going.
Okay. So Aiden's walking up. Do all of you follow, or oh my goodness, or are you
Oh
just
my
letting Aiden?
Wow, Or Nyari. Good lord, Nyari.
She has
What are
some
you
energy
She
to.
was scouting the area.
She's just letting off some steam. Like she's just
Right.
over.
She's just stomping and raging around.
She just raged, like ran a mile around her house.
Is the door here or is the door here?
There's a side door here, but the main door is over here. But she went in through a side door.
We'll get there on the main door.
Okay.
Quick, Orin, flank her.
I was gonna say I'm gonna wait by the back door.
And
Cover her exit.
okay, what are you guys doing?
Nyari will knock on the door.
Okay.
I will
say-
also knock on the door. Just confuse her.
Make signals.
Theros will start getting out just as tea and just start brewing something while they're doing that.
I wanted to be like, and I will also knock on the door, but then I knew Jason would be like, she comes out and she is livid. But I did, so I didn't do that.
So you guys knock on the door, and you can hear coming from inside.
You know, there was once a day when I could go more than a week without people disturbing me.
She doesn't open the door. You just hear that coming from inside.
I'm very sorry, but you have to understand that circumstances are a bit different than your average week. I don't know if you've heard, but Phaendar has fallen. The people have been scattered to the Fangwood. We're just trying to survive, and we're not here looking for handouts. We're here looking for help, but we have things that we might be able to trade to you in exchange for your assistance if you would just speak with us.
I'm well aware of what happened to Phaendar. I'm well aware of why you've come. I had just hoped that the visions would be wrong for once.
That stops Nyari in her tracks.
Yeah, because that's important to a Kelid, isn't it?
It's important to Nyari.
Yeah. Aiden will chime in.
What do you mean, visions? We have come to trade, that is all.
What I mean by visions is visions, dreams. I already knew about Phaendar. I knew that you'd be coming here. I had hoped that, you wouldn't have come, but the visions are rarely wrong.
And you get a sense that she's just annoyed. Like she doesn't like the idea of people being here.
You knew what would happen to Phaendar.
I knew what happened to Phaendar.
He settles down a little.
Well, we are here now. And I do not know if you have seen this before or not, but we just need...
You see a little bit of smoke coming out from under the door.
Trying to roleplay here. Gosh, dang it. Gosh. Dang it. Okay.
She's been smoked
I
since
get
she was 5.
We missed it. We didn't make perception checks, but she's got a huge stogie in her mouth when she ran into the house.
It reminds me of
It's
Madame
like this is a
Nebescu.
Cuban.
I'm Madame Nebescu. What do you need? Oh man!
I had a voice for her, but I messed it up there, and so I kind of just went with it.
It was perfect.
Where were the other
I
drugs
love
going?
this Smoker Oracle. Please let her just do a million packs a day.
I had originally wanted it to be a little bit more high pitched.
Oh, that's
Nope.
very good. That's like a genuine hag. But nope, she's a smoker now, Jay. Sorry.
She's vaping in her house.
So yeah, you guys can roll a diplomacy check, and you can all try to aid on it.
Aid who? Who do you want to roll it? Because
I don't particularly care who rolls it.
The way I've been rolling tonight, I don't know.
all right, I'll take it. So you go
Or
ahead.
you
and
could
try to
you
aid
could
me.
all also try to roll individually if you'd like.
Yeah, you know what? Let's
don't
do that.
say that. Okay.
No, I'm gonna do it individually because I
Okay.
want to know how she feels about me.
I'm rolling to aid Sarah. Oh, no.
They weren't. I was gonna say they weren't there.
Oh man, that is amazing. I love it.
Oh.
Oh man, this works so well. Oh,
I'm outside
goodness.
the back door, and with that roll, I'm like, still stinks like troglodyte.
So Orin, you hear the door lock by you, and then the rest of you hear footsteps over towards this door, and she opens the door, and she looks out, and she says,
Well, I suppose there's nothing I can do to make you leave. I'll just get this over with. So, what do you want?
One of our companions is very sick, and we were wondering if you might have anything here that might help him recover from from this disease that he's fighting.
She's role playing here.
I'm just not gonna look at the chat when I'm trying to speak.
she sighs heavily. She's like,
Yeah, I probably got some stuff. Come on. Come on in.
and she holds the door open for Nyari to enter, and as Aiden takes a move to go in, she immediately closes it in his face and only allows Nyari in because Aiden rolled just well enough for her to not let him inside.
Oh, nuts. Splitting the
So-
party.
So Nyari, you're inside this hut, and you can see that it is a pretty small hut. You see, so the roof makes it look like it's like a 5x4. The roof overhangs, so it's only like a 2x3 building. So well, where did she go? Oh, there she is. So as you enter this hut, you can see that there is a plethora of random assorted items in here. There's all kinds of herbs, all kinds of just weird stuff, things that you'd probably expect to have in a like hermit, herbalist, alchemist, that type of eccentric, like survivalist house. And she's kind of going over to one of the shelves, and she's looking over the vials, and she says,
I assume you've got something to trade for it. You're not just expecting me to give this to you, right?
Of course not. We have
Okay, what do you got?
we have alchemical components.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Fine paper for rolling your cigs.
Nah, I'm good.
We
I gave up
have
smoking.
a sack of coffee beans.
Oh,
There's 10 pounds.
okay.
We have different gemstones.
Those are useless.
We have a wand of grease and a
Uh,
wand of prestidigitation.
No.
We have.
Oh my gosh! Can I please? Can I do a perception roll to hear this?
no, you
We-
hear all this.
Oh
we
yeah,
have,
okay. I just like.
We have a marble mortar and pestle.
We're not going to trade for everything, Nyari. Offer the beans.
Shout out.
I'm just giving her options. I'm not giving all of it away.
So if you go down through the list,
Yeah.
basically,
Like she just starts literally pulling every item out of the bag and like setting it on the floor.
yeah. So she will be interested in the coffee beans, but also if you do mention the scholar's robe, she kind of like looks at you with a little bit of interest, and as you pull that out, she kind of like grabs it and she's looking at it and she's like,
Where'd you find this?
It was in a farmhouse, a ways away from here. Needless to say, the person wearing the robes didn't need them anymore. We didn't steal them. That person was dead. They're washed, I think. I don't remember. But you're welcome to take that as part of the trade.
roll a sense motive.
She's thoroughly confused. Yep.
Okay. She says, take the robes here and the beans, and I'll give you one of these vials, which would be another vial of anti-plague.
Did we
Okay.
detect magic on those robes at any point when we were in that room?
I
Probably
would have. I mean, you
Oh.
detected magic on other stuff, so
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you detected magic and found
Yeah.
the wand right next to
We
him.
did.
Right.
So
We detected magic and just found that they were well made, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
probably
you
just
didn't,
knew
you
who-
didn't detect it as being magical.
They're just
Yeah.
particularly well made, like a masterwork robe.
Can I
Yes.
detect magic now?
Sure. She yells out, "Hey, keep those spell casting."
So, paladins and clerics, you know. Sorry about that.
Paladins.
Oh.
Shift up. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. That was for the coffee beans are out and the worn scholar's robes.
Yes.
I
you
didn't.
get-
Can hear all this? He's not in a
Yeah.
position. No, this I can't. I'm not in a position there to help. That's a terrible trade, but that's okay. Whatever.
Make it 2 vials.
Orange shouts out.
Yeah.
Isn't one vial of anti-plague like?
Don't worry about it.
Pretty sure it's like 30 gold. 50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
this
50
is-
gold.
Premium bean juice we're talking about here.
Is it really though?
Premium.
It's 50 gold. Yeah.
Oh wow, that might do it then.
You don't know who that farmer was that owned those scholars' robes. It could have been a celebrity. That could up the price even more.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, so here's the thing though with bartering. Yes, it might be worth 50 gold, sure, but also to her, it's probably not worth 50 gold. And that coffee, interesting. That robe, we could probably have milked more for. But I'm definitely happy with getting this, getting what we need, making her happy, getting on her good graces. This is good. This is good. Aiden's happy with this. He's eavesdropping in, and he's just thinking, yeah, this is good.
Nyari doesn't care if you're happy with it or not. She got the anti-plague, so doesn't matter what she
I
had to
re-
give up.
I realize how Nyari thinks. I am aware of it. So is Aiden.
She's like, here, do you want some of these gems? Just because?"
You like, give me a house, why don't you? Like, oh man.
She's in there like, have you seen this nice bag we found? It holds stuff.
Well, I was only gonna say like
Hey!
only I work in sales, so like the internal part of me where like Jason was like, ooh, it's like, oh, they showed interest. This is that's the hook. You just gotta pull up on the line now. You've got him, and you just kept like giving them more stuff. I'm like, you're just
And
giving
then she
away
tries
money
to
now.
shank Nyari as she goes to leave.
Yeah, it's like you're giving them money now. Like you're showing your entire hand. It's like going to a flea
Ultimately,
market.
we're giving up robes that had nothing for
Right,
us
yeah,
and
exactly.
some bag of beans. Like we weren't gonna do anything with it.
Exactly. Like I said, I'm very happy with this.
Yeah, this is a
it ju-
good trade.
It just made me
Well,
laugh.
yeah. Nyari came from a remote tribe where it was more practicality, not money. So these gems and stuff don't really mean anything to her.
Shinies.
Well,
She's
it's
like,
also
"These
just
shinies.
it's also
Shinies.
just funny that it's like going to a flea market with like $1,000 in your wallet.
She has an intelligence of 8, so she was like, here, do you want to take everything I have?
Yeah, it's
Sure.
like you go to a flea market with like 1s and 5s and maybe a single 10, and you pretend that that's all you have on you when you go to negotiate. But man,
Do you happen to have anything for healing? I don't know if there's anything additional that we can trade, but we have stumbled upon many dangers out in the woods, and we're running short of healing.
And yeah, so we will go.
Jason's
over
like,
the
I don't want
week-
to do the voice anymore.
Well, no, there's a thing that I'm gonna do, but we can.
Okay.
We will hand rate as that one single interaction. We can figure out what other things you want and what other things she might accept from your thing,
Yeah.
your
Okay,
inventory.
cool.
I would say
But
we can
what-
totally do a barter check too if you just
Yeah.
want to do it that way, like with a diplomacy or an appraise or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I can't remember how you do that, but there's
But what ends up happening is once the transaction is done and she's handing off items, she hands off like the anti-plague to you, Nyari. And as you go out to reach it, she like lashes out and grabs your hand and pulls you forward down. And there's like a weird, unnatural strength to her, like how old she is. Like there's a real strength as she pulls you down to face her, and she looks and squints and peers into your eyes, and she says,
Your friend's not doing too well, is she?
and she just lets you go.
What do you mean by that?
Your friend, the other Kellid lady.
How-
Not all there.
Nyari, are you okay?
Oh, by the way, this is all being whispered.
Okay, just kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, it probably went quiet for a little bit, so.
Yeah, he will call out. It's like,
I haven't heard anything.
Can you do something for her?
No, but I could maybe find a way for you to do something for her.
is it
Come.
still quiet?
Comes at a price, though.
Nyari!
What?
She opens the door real quick, and Aiden roll will save.
Oh, snap.
Oh, are we turning to violence?
I am not.
Do this.
Aiden, you go blind. And she immediately closes the door again.
What?
What do you mean? What is the price?
I have certain abilities to see things, but I can't do it without a certain amount of incense.
He's yelling out now, like Nyari, like she's made me blind, like I can't see, like get out of there, kind of thing. He's just yelling.
She then casts silence in the doorway with a 20-foot spread.
Holy cow!
And she looks at you, Nyari, and she says,
You mentioned you had some gems. I could make incense with those with what I have here. I could do a ritual. Maybe divine what course of action you need to take.
How much do you need?
and she would basically require 50 gold pieces worth of gems to make the incense.
Okay.
And then she would require an additional 150 gold fee, which we could, as part of that transaction, we could figure all that out, the nitty gritty of it.
Okay. Absolutely. Whatever you need me to do, I will do it.
She smiles a wide grin and she says,
That's good to hear.
and we'll see you next week.
Oh my gosh, we are going to go in guns a-blazing next week. Holy cow. Like, you've already seen, like, as Aiden is getting more and more frustrated, and now he's literally blinded and silenced, and Nyari's alone in there, in danger for all he cares, and she's gonna come out like it's all hunky-dory, and like nothing's the matter, and oh my gosh, I'm sorry, but I'm going to yell.
Just so you know, Aiden, as soon as this deal is like concluded, air quotes, she dismisses the blindness.
Oh, I bet, but don't matter, no. Don't matter none. It's gonna be, we'll deal with it next week, but oh man. Oh man.
Man, now we're gonna have to kill an old lady. Like,
I'm not
don't
gonna
know.
kill her. Guys, just because I'm mad, I don't immediately resort to murder hobo, alright? I am allowed to explore the emotion of anger without violence, okay? It's perfectly reasonable. It happens every day with families. Trust me.
Yep.
And
Old lady
silence is also dismissible, so she dismisses that as well.
I don't care what she does. Oh my gosh, am I so mad? Aiden is inherently just burning with rage at the moment. Maybe I'll take a level on Barbarian next week.
I mean, you're not leveling up.
I don't know. When I level up, maybe I will. Forget this ranger build. He's just mad.
Just a mad, angry edge boy now.
He's
Yeah.
mad, angry edge boy. He wasn't. He did. It was not. He was supposed to have a redemption arc, but the events of the story have soured him. All right, that was great. I had a lot of fun.
Huh.
Thank you, Jason. Great job.
I like this tie-in with like the Visions side story.
Yeah, no, it's very good. It's very good. It immediately.
I have a question: is that like something that's actually ties in to the book? Like, is one of the characters supposed to have visions, or is that something specific to Nyari?
That's just for Nyari.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I like the flavor.
Yeah, no, and I also too like I know I'm sure it was annoying. I tried not to interrupt, but the image of like imagine if it like in a movie scene, you know, where the shots move closer in, and you just got like Nyari talking to this obvious witch, right? But being lured into this, like it probably comes across as evil. Maybe she's not, but like it probably has those undertones. And you just got Aiden out there like trying to get her attention, and just constantly being shut and put down, and then shifts again back to Nyari as we focus in. You can save Illica. You know, it sounds like a deal with the devil, you know?
We've all seen Disney. This doesn't work out well for Nyari.
This
Okay,
is not
we're now gonna have to like save her from some nonsense because of this.
It does not work out well for Nyari. This is got
Don't eat an apple she gives you. Don't do anything like that.
It's got Snow White written all
Yep,
over it.
yep. This is
Lauren
clearly.
and I just chilling in the backyard, just vibing back
Yeah,
here.
You're just
Yeah,
drinking
just
your tea.
This is
Good tea.
clearly an evil witch that is going to do something awful.
Yeah.
You just gotta use detect evil, and then you'll know whether or not that's true.
Well, so all right, so we have now a vial of anti-plague. Oh, we'll go over that. That's right.
Yeah,
go over
we'll
that.
figure out what
Okay.
all you guys are requesting and what all she will request in return.
I
Okay.
also think this is amazing too because I almost fought letting Nyari go in there alone. Like I really didn't want that to happen, but he already had a losing battle, and it was because of what Nyari said to him at the beginning. Where it was like, "Don't lose your head," and she was telling him to like keep a level head and to like not cause trouble. Because he would have, if she hadn't said that. Another instance where Sarah just happened to have Nyari say something that changed my mind in the moment when I was planning to like not have any of us be alone with her at all. So
I was really hoping with the way the diplomacies worked, I was like, oh, please let Nyari go in there alone.
I really did not want that, and I almost was gonna
I like the
force it.
story
I was,
beat though. That's nice.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
a
like
very
girls
good
only,
beat.
no boys allowed.
That's why I was so happy when I saw those diplomacy rolls. I'm like, oh man, this is perfect.
Well, and just it's just so good though, because you definitely, like you said, it's like a story beat. You almost can't make this stuff up. I know we're role playing these characters and we're making decisions in the moment, but like I had a plan, just like any reasonable person in that situation would have a plan not to let anyone be alone at any point. But because of what Nyari happened to say, it impacted my decision as the character to do something slightly different that made this dramatic scene take place. That happens all the time on fiction because of a guiding hand. You know what I mean? But it is amazing to me how often we've had some amazing narrative moments in this story just because of player decisions made in the moment. It feels so authentic and accurate and like well built and real. It's crazy.
I just remember.
Crazy.
I just realized, Justin, you tried to write Marlboroughs.
Marlboroughs.
Missed an R. Didn't see that. Missed an R.
Marlboroughs. Yo,
Wow.
Betty.
I
No,
read that
Betty.
as Malboros, and I thought, what is that, like a creature? And then I was like, oh, Marlboro.
Like a Cerberus. It's like
Yeah.
a Malborous.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I've got a Cerberus for you if you want it.
Oh, I don't want this to be over.
Yeah, the reason I haven't said goodbye, everyone, is because I kind of don't want to leave. But it's getting late already. We're at 10:17.
Whoa.
It'll be real